Chapter 8:16. Fang Ping threw punch after punch. Very soon, the alloy house was no longer what it looked like before. The gatekeeper also smashed the door with a smile. His hands were covered in blood, and his eyes were filled with tears, but they were tears of laughter. No more guarding the door. Guarding the gate was a form of defense. From today onwards, Shanghai would switch from defense to offense. The two of them were smashing with all their might. Not far away, demonic city garrison General Su Mafu smiled bitterly and said, "These two are too straightforward. There are still many things inside that haven't been dismantled." The alloy house wasn't just a simple alloy house. There were also some lethal weapons inside. In the end, they were smashed together. Beside him, Tianmu almost slapped him into the ground. He laughed and said, "Why do you still care about this at a time like this? By the way, how did you manage to achieve essence and blood fusion?" Just as Su Mafu was about to speak, Tianmu said disdainfully, "Did you hear that? A year and a half ago, that fellow entered the catacombs as a rank 3. Now, he was comparable to a rank 9. You were rank 6 then, and you're still rank 6 now." Su Mafu wanted to speak again, but Tianmu cut him off. "Don't talk about us. I'm at least from the 8th to the 9th rank. The 9th rank is the limit of martial arts. This means that we have already set foot on the peak. It's normal for us to stop here." Su Mafu was speechless. "All right, you've said what you can say. What else can I say?" After a pause, he said, "I'm about to reach rank 7. Let's work harder. Rank 7s aren't enough now." Tianmu looked down on him again. "I've just suffered a setback earlier. A rank 9 is no longer enough. No, a weak rank 9 is no longer enough. MCMAU's counterattack this time. I don't even dare to speak up." He could finally catch a fellow to look down on. While Tianmu was looking down on him, Fang Ping had almost destroyed the house. It was almost in pieces. The gatekeeper uncle laughed heartily. As he laughed, he suddenly said, "I want to join MCMAU's counterattack this time too. I'm a martial artist, a soldier, a human fighting on the front lines, not a gatekeeper at the back. I wish to participate in this battle, and I hope that Principal Fang will allow it." Fang Ping looked at him for a while, smiled, and nodded. "All right, thank you." The gatekeeper uncle laughed loudly, and then loudly said, "This battle will be won. May the prosperity of mankind last forever." Victory! Even Zhang Tao was no exception, and everyone in the surroundings echoed this explosive shout in unison. Humans could not afford to lose. He couldn't lose. He was determined to conquer the Magic City catacombs. Sino Nation opened the 24 catacombs. In the beginning, they guarded the city with fear and trepidation. In the middle, they stabilized the line of defense, and now they counterattacked the catacombs. The more battles there were, the more powerhouses there were. The more battles there were, the more martial artists there were. Nurturing battle through battle. This was a martial artist. This was a human. The catacombs did not dare to launch an all-out attack. This was their biggest mistake. Zhang Tao thought to himself, "The powerhouses of the catacombs are greedy for life and afraid of death. Do they deserve to exterminate mankind? 100 years ago, they had surrounded and killed Heavenly King Zhen. The human race had long been extinct. Now it was too late. The new generation was rising, and they were also rising. The new martial era was about to erupt at the pinnacle. Zhang Weiyu, Wu Quishan, Wu Chuan, Zhao Xingwu, Li Changshen, Fang Ping, Kong Lingyuan, a series of names appeared in Zhang Tao's mind. This name represented the order in which he thought he would reach the pinnacle. Zhang Weiyu was almost there. The second most likely was Wu Quishan. Although Wu Quishan was about the same level as Wu Chuan and was far inferior to Zhao Xingwu, Zhao Xingwu still needed some time. Before going to Mount Wangwu's heavenly abode, Zhao Xingwu would not be able to reach the apex. It might still take a while. After that, it would be people like Li Changsheng and Fang Ping. As for the other rank 9s, they might not be as fast. 7 people, including the 3 of us. The new martial era has started with 10 pinnacles in just a few decades. I'm afraid no one has thought of this. Zhang Tao wanted to laugh, but he did not. Chen and Shun, the 2 people who started the new martial era, probably did not think of it either. December 27th. Fang Ping and the gatekeeper demolished the alloy house, broke the underground hall, and exposed the vortex directly in front of everyone. That night, it was drizzling in Magic City. Zhang Tao, who was guarding Magic City, scolded a lot of people that night, especially Fang Ping. Mother asterisk Kerr, he had forgotten something, demolishing the alloy house, the underground hall, the buildings. How the F asterisk CK was he going to shelter from the rain? Although he was powerful and could burst the dark clouds above with a vitality outburst, it was not like this, okay? That kid only thought about having fun. Had he ever considered the rain? Fang Ping really did not consider it. That night, Fang Ping was busy. He was discussing with the powerhouses and making arrangements for tomorrow's big battle. Tomorrow was the day he had set for the attack. He did not have time to think about Zhang Tao, who was guarding the passageway. So what if it rained? Even a meteor shower could not hurt old Zhang. At night, Fang Ping was making arrangements until late at night, when he finally had some time to rest. In the office, Fang Ping had just sat down when Fang Yuan looked around furtively outside the door, then walked in with a grin. The siblings had not spoken for a while. In mid-November, Fang Ping had been busy with the counterattack ever since he came back. He had been busy until today, so he did not have time to care about Fang Yuan. In the past month, the siblings had bumped into each other a few times, but there was almost no time for them to talk. "Brother, you're not busy anymore, right?" Fang Yuan walked in with a grin. She did not sit down but walked straight to Fang Ping's side. She pretended to flip through the documents on the table. Seeing Fang Ping looking at her, she smiled and said, "Brother, why are you looking at me like that?" Fang Ping glanced at her and smiled. "You didn't prepare for the competition?" "What's there to prepare for?" Fang Yuan did not mind. She said with a grin, "I may have lost a few matches, but MCMAU won. That's the big picture. It doesn't matter if I lose." "How many matches did you lose?" Fang Ping said playfully, "You went on stage 5 times and got beaten up 5 times. I thought you'd be beaten to the point of questioning your life, but you can still laugh." "Fang Yuan, I admit that I've underestimated you. You're not big, but you have a big heart." This girl had fought 5 times and been beaten up 5 times. They were really brutal beatings. Her nose was bruised and her face was swollen. Fang Ping thought she was going to question her life. He did not expect her to still be able to laugh. How heartless was that? Fang Yuan did not mind. She said confidently, "Winning first doesn't mean I'll win. The path of martial arts is still long. Those who beat me up today, I'll beat them back one by one in a few days." "Brother, weren't you the same back then? You were beaten up again and again, but you still beat them back." "Me?" Fang Ping said with amusement. "You said I was beaten up? Did you remember wrongly? Ever since I became a martial artist, I've never lost a battle." "You don't say. Your brother, have never lost a battle since I started winning rank 1. Fang Yuan said suspiciously. "Really?" "But Sister Yunxi said you were beaten up a few times." Fang Ping reached out and pinched her cheek. He said with a smile, "That's not a battle. Your brother, I have been beaten up before. That depends on who it was." Those who have beaten me up are all old antiques. Back then, these fellows could easily crush me. That was a high-ranked martial artist against a low-ranked martial artist. You don't say, I, your brother, have never lost to someone of the same rank. Fang Ping admired himself when he talked about this. I'm the real invincible among my peers. I've never lost. Right now, he and Old Man Li were of the same rank. Old Man Li might have more explosive power than him, but if they were to fight, it was hard to say who would win. Did Old Man Li have the confidence to kill him in one move? Fang Ping suddenly calculated in his heart. Old Man Li's explosive power was still very strong, especially now. His vitality was close to 120,000 calories, myriad as one could double it. 240,000 calories. Old Man Li had improved too quickly recently. His strength control had also slipped a little. At most, it was 70%, more than 160,000 calories. Fang Ping estimated in his heart 160,000 calories. That was an existence that could shatter space. Moreover, the space crack was not small. It was stronger than the average origin Dao. If I fight with Old Man Li, he might not be able to kill me in one move. However, given time to recover, 3 slashes would be enough to kill me. Fang Ping was confident that his defense was not weaker than the average origin Dao. However, Old Man Li could kill an origin Dao with 3 slashes. When he was in the capital city catacombs, his golden body was much weaker than it was now. 3 slashes was enough to kill a weak rank, 9. Now, he could really kill an origin Dao with 3 slashes. But I'm not an average martial artist. I can quickly recover to my peak. I can recover to my peak with just a thought. After 3 slashes, there's a short recovery period. Fang Ping smiled as he thought about it. If he fought one-on-one with Old Man Li and learned from each other, he would be beaten to the point where he would doubt his life. However, in a battle of life and death, Old Man Li would doubt his life. Fang Ping started by torturing people to death. Old Man Li had probably never seen how he tormented people to death. One day, when he was free, he would fight him and drag him to the point where he doubted his life. Otherwise, the old man would become arrogant recently and keep saying that he was the number 1 rank, 8, and Fang Ping was not as good as him. Not thinking about this anymore, Fang Ping looked at his sister and chuckled. Tell me, why are you looking for me? It's the middle of the night. The competition just ended in the morning. What are you doing here instead of cultivating and recovering? Brother, we're going into the catacombs tomorrow, right? Aha. Fang Ping did not hide it. The commotion this time was not small. More than 10,000 martial artists had gathered. Fang Ping responded. He looked at Fang Yuan and did not speak. Fang Yuan struggled for a while. Then, the smile on her face disappeared. She said gloomily, I'm only rank 3. This time, all the middle ranks are going into the catacombs. I can't go, so I won't hold you back. I'm just here to see you. Be careful. Don't always rush to the front. Also, go home when you're free. Mom and Dad miss you so much. It's been so long, but you haven't gone back. The last time you went back was during the summer holidays. Mom said that when I didn't come to Magic City and wasn't by my side, I could still see you. Now, I can't even see you anymore. Go home. Fang Ping mumbled. After a long time, he sighed softly. Let's end it this time. It's just that I haven't been back for a while. Take care of Mom and Dad. 10 years are almost over. After the new year, you'll be 17 years old. You'll be a big girl. In the blink of an eye, 3 years have passed. Fang Yuan thought he was talking about the time he entered MCMAU. Little did she know that Fang Ping was talking about the time he had been reborn. At this moment, Fong Ping was a little dazed. Was his past life a dream, or did it really exist? Today, he was so busy with battles that he had almost forgotten about his past life. That peaceful world, that world that even martial artists could only see on television, did it really exist? Or was it just a dream of grandeur, a materialized world created by a powerhouse? Did a powerhouse create such a materialized world because he desired peace? Actually, I wasn't reborn at all. I just accidentally entered a world created by a powerhouse, a peaceful world, a world where I don't have to worry about the catacombs. Fong Ping was a little dazed. Fang Yuan saw that he was distracted as he spoke and felt helpless. She slapped away her brother's big hand that was still pinching her and said again, "Brother, anyway, I just want you to be careful and pay attention to your safety. Also, if you really can't beat them, then run." "Didn't you teach me to run if I can't beat them?" "Don't forget that last time. The vice-chancellor and the others couldn't beat the catacombs martial artists, so they didn't run and lost." Fong Ping frowned. "Don't talk nonsense. There were other reasons last time. You don't understand." Fang Yuan did not know the situation. It was not that they did not run last time. They could not run. Fang Yuan nodded and said gloomily, "I know, but I don't want anything to happen to you. Don't be so stubborn about your pride. This time, I heard that you were the one who insisted on fighting this war. Everyone said that you won't lose and that you'll definitely win. Anyway, they said whatever they said. But I don't think that's good. Just like those people from Yuan Ping Club. They say that I'm very powerful, very strong. And then I feel like I can't embarrass myself. I have to fight even if I can't beat them. I'm afraid that you'll be like me. That'll be troublesome." Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. He said helplessly, I know. Am I that kind of person? Do you think your brother is really stupid? If I was, I would have died in the catacombs a long time ago. Would I have lived until now and become a powerhouse comparable to a rank 9? Don't put yourself in my shoes. You're really stupid. All right, go back. Remember to win the competition. I'm warning you, if MCMAU really loses first place, the first thing I'll do when I come back is you. When that time comes, I'll send you to Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Nanjiang Martial Arts University is so poor that hundreds of people fight tooth and nail for a vitality pill. Fang Yuan muttered, "You lied to me again. Brother Wang has obtained a lot of resources for Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Okay? I don't believe you. Then you be careful. Also, tell Sister Yunxi to be careful too. Got it. Stop nagging. I don't know where you learned to nag from. Girl, don't nurse me. Let me tell you, this is the biggest taboo," Fong Ping reminded her. "I don't want anyone to nurse me. I'll die." Back in the Nanjiang catacombs, that jinx, Zhang Dingnan, insisted on grabbing a handful of soil before he left. He did not die, but more than half of the powerhouses who went in died. Those rank 6 elders were almost all dead. Fong Ping was now wary of this. Fang Yuan smiled and nodded. She did not say anything else. She was just a little worried, so she came to see Fong Ping. Big Brother had never lost before. He would not lose this time either. Fong Ping was still a little worried after Fang Yuan left. It's not a good thing. That girl Fang Yuan, she never came to warn me when I went to the catacombs before. This time, she suddenly came. It's a bad omen. Fong Ping felt that something was wrong. There were some things that she really had a premonition about. Could it be that this girl thought that she was really in danger this time? Brother and sister were connected. Maybe she really felt that way. Is there a problem somewhere? Fong Ping calculated for a while. After some thought, he suddenly picked up his phone and dialed a number. The call was picked up quickly. Fong Ping asked immediately, Are you at Shishan? I'm here. What's up? Is there anyone in Stellar Sky City who brought a peerless clone? On the other end of the phone, Jiang Chao said with a vigilant look, Why are you asking this? Cut the crap. Just answer me when I ask, or I'll teach you a lesson later. Don't think I don't know who wrote the letter to Vice Chancellor Nan. I haven't even settled the score with you yet. Jiang Chao was speechless and depressed. You know about this too? My hands are dirty. Jiang Chao did not dare to argue. He laughed dryly and said, Well, those who brought a peerless clone. Let me think. Su Zissou should have brought one. She's the only precious granddaughter in his family. They might not have a male heir. She might have one. I mean, maybe. Elder ancestor Su's strength is not weak. Li Yiming probably has one. After all, he was Commander Li's grandson. The Li family valued him very much. Even if Commander Li did not give one, elder ancestor Li might have. It's hard to say about Zheng Nanqi. Zheng Nanqi is not the eldest, but he has improved quite fast recently. I'm not too sure. You know that people usually don't talk about this kind of thing. It's a life-saving trump card. If there is one, it's probably these few. The others are almost there. What about you? Me? Jiang Chao laughed dryly. I gave mine to you last time. It's not like you don't know. Cut the crap. You must have more. I don't. Jiang Chao denied it hurriedly. I really don't. This isn't cabbage. Do you think Paragon has nothing better to do every day and cuts his mentality for fun? My elder ancestor only did it once. If he did it again, wouldn't he be seriously injured? He just killed Mysterious Jade, true monarch. His injuries haven't even healed yet. Stop denying it. Right. Does your big brother have one? He doesn't, right? Jiang Chao said uncertainly. I don't think so. The elder ancestor said he's very reckless. With this, he would dare to kill a rank 9 directly, using the elder ancestor's avatar to kill a rank 9. Isn't that a trap for the elder ancestor? That's why he probably didn't give it to him. This thing can't be used indiscriminately. It's not worth it to kill a rank 9. Senior Warlord is really biased. He gave you 2 but didn't give one to your big brother. Is Jiang Hao really a descendant of the Jiang family? Was he carried here? Jiang Chao was speechless. What did he mean by that? Was the pervert carried here? He was not too sure. The pervert was too handsome. He did not look like a Jiang family member. As for his grandfather being handsome, that was because when he was a rank 8 golden body, he deliberately became handsome. That was really possible. Forget it. Why was he thinking about this? Jiang Chao was about to deny it when Fang Ping said, Don't stay in Shishan catacombs. Get Li Yiming here too. The rest of you guard outside the passageway. I might need your help at critical moments. Fatty, I owe you guys a big favor this time. Use the avatars at critical moments. This time, I want to kill all these catacombs rank 9s. Also, I have a bad feeling about this. Old Zhang said before that the catacombs' divine generals are all staying in the restricted zone and did not come in. But I'm a little uncertain now. If there are 3 to 5 more rank 9s, the trouble isn't too big. But if there are 7 to 8 more, then it'll be a huge problem. If you don't want to see me die and your investment go down the drain, bring these guys along this time. We'll attack together at critical moments. Jiang Chao shook his head. This, Fang Ping, I'm afraid this is a little troublesome. I'm fine with it, but the others, to be honest, even if a few rank 9s die in battle, in some people's eyes, it might not be as serious as wasting avatars. Once they're used, the absolute combat strength will decline a little. Fang Ping was a little emotional. Watching old Zhang cutting them like it was a game, he had almost forgotten that this thing was really important. However, Fong Ping still said, "Try your best to fool them. Don't worry, I might not need your help. If it's not a life-threatening situation, I won't let you use it. But if there is, then I'll need you to save my life." "I'll try then." Jiang Chao was very helpless. This matter was a little troublesome. "Fool, I'm not good at it." Fong Ping, this guy, he was always looking for trouble for himself. Also, how did this guy know that he had avatars? Of course, Fong Ping knew that there was an 80 to 90% chance of this fatty. Also, Warlord was unusually good to this little fatty. Fong Ping seriously suspected that this little fatty was actually Warlord's illegitimate son, just fostered to a descendant. Maybe you're the one who was adopted, and you're Warlord's son. Fong Ping criticized in his heart. Looking at Warlord's godly appearance, perhaps he felt that it was inauspicious to raise all his sons after they died, so he let a descendant raise them in name only. Warlord might do something like this. That's more or less it, but it's best not to use it. Fong Ping exhaled. If he used it, it would be a favor. He did not want to owe so many paragons favors. He almost could not pay them back. In the blink of an eye, December 28th arrived. On this day, Magic City military camp was overcrowded. Fong Ping did not do anything else to motivate them. He had said everything that needed to be said. These people would not enter in the first batch. They would only enter when Fong Ping and the rest had killed off the rank 9s. At this moment, the flattened underground passageway had turned into a large square. All the martial artists had arrived. Zhang Tao glanced at the crowd and reminded them at last, "Once you enter, I'll leave immediately. I'll go to Shishan first, then Mount Imperial Sea. Let me remind you, this time it's very dangerous. Even if you lose, you'll have to hold on until I come back. You can only retreat when I tell you to." When Fong Ping heard that he was going to Shishan to take a detour, he said hurriedly, "Minister, that's too far. The war might end before you arrive." Zhang Tao said thoughtfully, "That's true, I almost forgot. Then I'll leave first. You can enter when I arrive." Fong Ping was speechless. Forget about taking a detour to Shishan. You can just enter directly. You can still help us guard a little in the early stages. At the crucial moment, you can enter directly. Don't kill anyone this time. Go straight to Mount Imperial Sea and cause trouble for True King. I don't think True King will have time to care where you enter. Why don't we let Senior Warlord start the battle first and chase True King away? Then you can sneak in. It's hundreds of thousands of li to go back and forth. It was really a long distance to go from Shishan to the Magic City catacombs through the catacombs. Zhang Tao gave him a deep look. This kid did not care about the rules. "I've been thinking about the rules too. Are you asking me to break the rules? But it's not a big deal, right? If a war breaks out, I'll go to the Magic City catacombs in a hurry. This time, I won't kill anyone. That shouldn't be a problem, right? That's fine too." Zhang Tao nodded. This was good too. He could choose the best time to enter. Without saying anything else, Zhang Tao looked at the crowd and said in a low voice, "Also, Warlord and I may be in the Magic City catacombs, but if you guys fight, we definitely can't interfere. Once we do, there will be no rules to speak of. Then, a war will really break out. What I mean by this is to tell you that even if someone dies in battle, even if the situation is critical, we won't care. I hope everyone remembers this. Don't think that we have to interfere just because someone dies. That's impossible. Everyone was already used to it. They did not say anything." Fong Ping knew this too. He did not continue the conversation. It was not like he was really unreasonable. At this moment, everyone quietened down. They waited at the edge of the vortex. At the periphery, those rank 7 and 8 martial artists, including MCMAU and the Wuan Army, were waiting at the outermost periphery. At this moment, it was extremely quiet. Zhang Tao kept staring at the vortex, as if he was looking for something. After an unknown amount of time, Zhang Tao's expression changed. He bellowed, "Enter now!" The rank 9 in the passageway is changing shifts. In the passageway, there were always catacombs rank 9 waiting at the end. As soon as humans entered, they would be discovered immediately. This way, when they went out and informed the others, they could give the humans a thunderous blow. However, these rank 9s were not willing to stay here forever. There would be a shift period, and Fang Ping and the rest were waiting for this moment. Enter. This time, Fang Ping was the leader. Wu Quishan, Wu Chuan, and the rest listened to him. In the next moment, all the rank 9 martial artists, including the 2 rank 8s, Fang Ping and Li Changsheng, stepped into the vortex quickly, disappearing in the blink of an eye. P.S. I was sitting in front of the computer and typing very seriously. In the end, my brain was in a murky state, and it dragged until now. I'm sorry, brothers. Tomorrow, Old Eagle must rise up. M. Chapter 817. Magic City Catacombs. In the direction of Imperial Sea Mountain, the 2 true monarchs had built a huge stone platform around Imperial Sea Mountain. At this moment, the 2 true monarchs were standing on the platform, their positions no lower than Imperial Sea Mountain. At the peak of Mount Royal Sea, the War King's face was gloomy. Although they were separated by almost 10,000 meters, it was still very close to experts like them. Bamboo King, are you 2 against me? The War King no longer had his usual smiling face. At this moment, his expression was gloomy as he stared at the 2 true monarchs. Not only the 2 experts at the real King realm, but there were also many level 9 experts standing behind the 2 real kings, waiting for orders at any time on the high platform in the shape of stairs. As soon as the Battle King finished speaking, the Green Wolf King said coldly, "This king wants to know how you will conquer the 7 southern regions this time." The Green Wolf King said in a low voice, "All divine generals, enter the 7 southern regions." "How dare you?" The warlord cursed in his heart, but his tone was icy as well. He said coldly, "There's no war in the 7 southern regions. Are you trying to start a war with so many rank 9s? So what if we fight?" The Bamboo King smiled disdainfully. "War King, although you killed the mysterious Jade Monarch, it was only a coincidence. Do you really think you can defeat the 2 of us together?" Then the Bamboo King shouted, "Go to the 7 southern regions. Kill all the resurrected ones." How could they not notice such an obvious counterattack? This time, although the 100 Kings Conference was just around the corner, the 2 true kings still decided to kill the revived martial artists to establish their authority. This time, both of them had contacted many true kings. When they talked about MCMAU, many true kings had sent people over to help. Originally, there were only 3 divine generals under the Maple King's command. This time, he also sent one. The 2 true kings, King Huai and King Pine, were about the same number of direct divine generals. This time, knowing that it was related to MCMAU, they each sent a divine general. In addition, King Zi Luo, King Tiger, King 100 Mountain, King Hua, and many other true monarchs had also sent their god generals to assist the 7 southern regions. In addition, the Bamboo King and the Green Wolf King had each dispatched a divine general to this place. Their numbers had reached a whopping 10. The War King cursed again in his heart. There weren't so many people before. Furthermore, these people had been waiting outside the Imperial Sea Mountain ever since they arrived. But now they were about to enter the 7 southern regions. The Battle King was a little puzzled. Could it be that these fellows knew that Demonic City was going to counterattack today? Otherwise, when so many god generals had entered, MCMAU would not have made a move at this time. The peerless powerhouses were at Mount Royal Sea, so they knew this information like the back of their hands. If they knew that they were going to enter now, MCMAU would not have chosen to attack today. Did the news leak? The War King was a little suspicious. However, this matter was indeed difficult to hide. How could it be so easy to hide the fact that more than 10,000 cultivators were mobilized? As long as someone had contact with the catacombs, it was not just Sino Nation. There were 108 catacombs all over the world. Even if no one in Sino Nation had contact with the restricted area, it did not mean that no one in other regions had. This is a little troublesome. I can only try my best to delay them. This place is 2,000 li away from Hope City. Right now, Fong Ping and the others have yet to enter. Once they enter earlier, they might just happen to be in time for the battle. 28 rank 9s, plus 10 Demon King powerhouses from the 2 forbidden lands of the Demon Clan that were uncertain. The number of level 9 experts gathered in the 7 southern regions had far exceeded their expectations. Just as these people were about to enter, the Battle King's aura suddenly erupted. Spatial cracks appeared on the summit of Mount Imperial Sea. The Bamboo King said coldly, "War King, are you sure you want to start a war?" "So what if I am?" The War King's words were harsh, but in his heart, he was cursing again. Then he frowned and said, "What do you mean? Do you want to invade Earth now and force us to fight a bloody battle?" Humph. The Bamboo King sneered. He still wanted to play dumb. "Do you really think we're idiots?" The Bamboo King could not be bothered with him. He shouted again, "Enter the 7 southern regions, quickly!" This time, the God General powerhouses did not hesitate. They quickly leaped down from the high platform and walked toward the Mount Royal Sea passageway. Seeing this, the War King gritted his teeth for a while. Then, he quickly sent a voice transmission to the rank 9 martial artist guarding the passageway. "Leave this place. Don't stay here anymore. Go to Hope City immediately. Tell Fong Ping and the others that there's an unforeseen event. Today is not the day to fight." On the other side of the canyon, Old Man Zheng's expression changed. Something unexpected had happened. There was no time to think. Old Man Zheng quickly used flight step and headed straight for Hope City. As soon as he left, the 10 God General powerhouses stepped into the passageway, one after another. As soon as they entered, the Green Wolf King's mentality suddenly fluctuated. He sent a voice transmission to the 7 southern regions and shouted, "The 4 kings have ordered us to kill the martial artists who came back to life. 100 Beasts Forest, 10,000 Ants Desert, 10 Great Demon Kings. Go to the passageway to fight." The War King did not wait for his mentality to reach the other side. He quickly shattered his mentality. The Green Wolf King's expression changed. He shouted, "War King, how dare you intervene in the battle of those who are not true kings?" The War Monarch was about to die from frustration. Didn't Zhang Tao and Fong Ping say that they would not go all out from the beginning? It was not just going all out. Now it was the 4 kings who gave the order. Even the 2 demon forbidden grounds were ordered to participate in the battle. What was going on? The War King was anxious. Shattering the other party's mentality was not a long-term solution. The Green Wolf King and the Bamboo King were already blowing their whistles to call for help. The War King thought of this and said indifferently, "Are you sure the 10,000 demon royal court wants to participate? If this is really the 10,000 demon royal court's order, then don't blame us for slaughtering the demons." The only thing the War King could do now was to stall for time. But soon, the War King thought of the demons in the bounded domain that Fong Ping mentioned. He sighed in his heart. "This time, it looks like I'm going to kill that Jiao again. But now that things have come to this, I can't care about them anymore. I have to inform them to leave the bounded domain. He and Fang Ping had agreed on a time. When it was time, he would inform the Jiao and the others to come out. But the situation had changed. If the Jiao really came out, it might be a little troublesome this time. The War King didn't care about the demons. When the 10 divine generals entered the 7 southern regions, he shattered the Green Wolf King's spiritual power. In the next moment, his spiritual power headed straight for the domain boundary. In the bounded domain, the tributary of the Forbidden Sea, at this moment, hundreds of demons were waiting. The golden light on the Jiao's body became more intense. Its body was now extremely huge. It stood at the forefront of the coast, looking a little excited. After this, it would become the only demon king in the 7 southern regions, right? Just as the Jiao was getting excited, a powerful mentality swept across the sky above the Forbidden Sea, stirring up the space in the sky and causing cracks to appear. A true king's mentality. Seeing this, the Jiao's eyes flickered. Then it roared excitedly. Kill! The Jiao's mentality also began to fluctuate. The time had come. The true king of the land of rebirth had informed them that they could leave the bounded domain and join the battle. Roar! A series of roars rang out. The demons behind the Jiao were also excited. Were they going to leave the bounded domain? They had lived in the bounded domain for countless years. They had not gone out much because it was too dangerous. But this time, they had already discussed it with the forbidden oceanic demons. This time, they were going to leave the bounded domain. If the forbidden oceanic demons dared to ambush them, they would enter the sea and fight the forbidden oceanic demons. Because they had informed the forbidden oceanic demons in advance, the Jiao did not care that much, even though the forbidden oceanic demons did not reply. According to the demons here, they had done this before. A few decades ago, they went to Mount Royal Sea to fight the demons. When they went out, the forbidden oceanic demons did not attack them. The Jiao roared, its mentality fluctuating. Let's go! With a swoosh, hundreds of demons, trees, flowers, and all kinds of beasts. Although they were messy, their aura was extremely strong. One by one, they took the flight step and flew directly to the other side of the river. In the bounded domain, there were originally 6 rank 9 demons. Fang Ping killed 2 of them. The Jiao broke through again. Now, there were 5 rank 9 demons left. The 5 rank 9 demons took the lead and went straight to the other side of the river. In the sea, the surface of the water rippled slightly. Seeing this, the Jiao roared again, waves of mentality fluctuating. Borrow the way. They were just borrowing the way. They were not going to fight the forbidden oceanic demons. Following the roars of a few rank 9 demons, the sea gradually calmed down. However, when the last few rank 7 demons leaped out, a few giant tentacles suddenly emerged from the sea, grabbed a few rank 7 demons, and dragged them into the sea. The Jiao, who had already flown across the sea, looked back, its big eyes showing some dissatisfaction. They had already said they were borrowing the way, but they still had to collect a toll. Although there were many high-rank demons in the bounded domain, rank 7 demons were also the top combat power. It was very dissatisfied that a few demons were dragged down. Just like that, the Jiao did not think there was anything wrong with demons eating demons. It had done it a few times, but now it was the demon king of the bounded domain. These demons were all its subordinates. They were its private property. Back then outside Skygate City, when the trees it planted were destroyed, it would fly into a rage. When Chef unifies the 7 southern regions this time, I'll ask him to help me kill these guys. Even the Forbidden Sea cannot bully me. The Jiao raised its head, turned back, and roared threateningly. I'll let you be happy for now. Once I've conquered the 7 southern regions, I'll kill them all and devour them one by one. Perhaps I can also step into the divine path. Ignoring the forbidden oceanic demons, the Jiao roared again and dashed valiantly in the direction of the imperial sea mountain. It was prepared to attack the city in the distance first, then meet up with Chef. Perhaps there was no need to meet up. It could just dig its own mines and bring the demons back to the bounded domain. As the Jiao thought about this, it roared again. This time, it was a mighty roar. I'm out. So, what if you're the White King? Come and kill me. The last time a true king entered was an accident. Could it be that another true king would enter this time? Now, the golden-horned king was no longer what it used to be. It had become a demon king from the venerable realm. It even commanded 4 demon kings, hundreds of commanders, and venerables. It was no weaker than the 10,000 ants desert and the 100 beasts forest. The demons in the bounded domain were no weaker than the 2 forbidden lands. I'm back. The Jiao roared continuously. It was basically announcing its return. Returning with glory, not just in the bounded domain. This time, it would become the only demon king in the 100 beasts forest and the 10,000 ants desert. The entire 7 southern regions began to descend into chaos. The demons in the bounded domain had already set out from the 3 forbidden lands. The demons in the remaining 2 forbidden lands had also received the voice transmissions from the Green Wolf King and the Bamboo King. The War King did not stop them. The 15-rank, 9 forbidden lands were all ready to make a move. In the direction of the Imperial Sea Mountain, 10-rank, 9 divine general powerhouses also began to rush toward Hope City. In the direction of Hope City, 18-rank, 9 powerhouses were also on standby, ready to receive the Land of Rebirth's attack at any time. In the passageway on the human side, including Fang Ping, Li Changsheng, and the old man guarding the passageway, there were a total of 12 powerhouses, 7 southern regions. Rank 9s gathered today, more than 50. The moment these people all entered the 7 southern regions, the true kings who could not sense the situation in the bounded domain, and the true kings who could not sense the situation on Earth all sensed it now. More than 50 divine generals. A battle of this scale had not occurred for hundreds of years. Even the previous battle of Tiannan and the Battle of Forbidden City did not have this many rank 9s participating. At the same time, the inner perimeter of the bounded domain, the cat burrowed out of the river and roared, "Something big happened! Something big happened!" The next moment, the shadow flashed and said impatiently, "What's wrong?" "The demons outside the grotto heaven have all run away. You're finished. The demons that you raised have all been abducted. None of them above illuminating God are left." The cat's huge face seemed to be gloating. He roared anxiously, "There's a show outside. It's so exciting. I want to go out and watch the show." Those fellows from the Forbidden Sea said, "It's a mess outside. Dozens of false god powerhouses have come. The war is about to start." The shadow was a little surprised. Then, he said with some dissatisfaction, "I thought you don't like to watch the show and like to sleep in? Why do you want to go out and watch the show this time?" "I've been here for thousands of years. Do you really think I'm not bored?" The cat's huge head shook. Although he liked to sleep, sleeping for thousands of years was also very uncomfortable. "You can't go out. If you go out now, I want to go out." The cat was a little tempted. That human said, "It's quite interesting outside now. Someone even invented cat food and dog food. It's very delicious." The shadow trembled. "Very delicious? You're a true god demon. You need to eat. Gong Juanzi, I want to go out." "No." The shadow refused. "Hundreds of years ago, I wanted you to go out. You were sleeping and refused to move. Now that a great change was coming, the seal could not be opened at this time. The cat could not go out either. Once it went out, the cat would become the target of public criticism. It would be the first true God powerhouse to officially walk out of the grotto heaven. It would attract the attention of all the powerhouses. I want to go out. The cat was unwilling. It wanted to go out. The grotto heaven was only so big. It was already sick of staying here. Seeing that the shadow did not speak, the cat shouted again, "I'll go out through the forbidden sea below. You can open a small hole below, and I'll go out." "Cat," the shadow said, helplessly, "why do you have to leave now? It's just a battle between some false god powerhouses." Back then, there were more than 100 true god powerhouses, and they fought endlessly. "You didn't go. I don't care. I want to go out." The cat did not listen. It just wanted to go out. It was really sick of staying here. Moreover, it had eaten everything that could be eaten. Now, other than Gong Juanzi's body, there was nothing else to eat. In such a huge grotto heaven, there were some plants in other grotto heavens. However, the Quichong mountain grotto heaven was bare. There was not even a single blade of grass. It had been eaten as a snack. It had fallen to the point where it had to eat grass. Back then, the cat ate dragon liver and phoenix marrow and drank bejeweled nectar. There were some indestructible substances in the grotto heaven that could be drunk like water. However, it had soaked in Gong Juanzi's corpse. It would not drink it. It would spoil its appetite. Gong Juanzi had a splitting headache. This lazy cat, of all times, it wanted to go out now? Wasn't it finding trouble for him? "No, then I'll go out and come back. You open a small hole. We can fill it up together." The cat's large tail began to sweep. Its huge body leaped out of the water. Its tail swept over the shadow again and again, causing the shadow to tremble. "Gong Juanzi, let me out. If you don't, I'll roast your body and eat it." Gong Juanzi was really helpless. After a while, he said, "Go to the forbidden sea and don't show your face. Don't you just want to go out and get something to eat? Then catch some demons in the forbidden sea as meat. You hide in the forbidden sea. The true god powerhouses outside won't be able to find you, but you're not allowed to leave the forbidden sea. Once you leave, they'll discover your existence." "Cat, now isn't the time for us to show ourselves. Once you show yourself, you might be surrounded and killed by the true gods. You'll be back in half a day at most. Otherwise, I can only seal the entrance forcefully and won't leave a door open for you. As time passes, the seal will collapse." The cat instantly jumped up and said excitedly, "All right, I'll be back in half a day. Gong Juanzi, do you want me to bring you some delicious food?" The shadow couldn't be bothered with it. In the next second, it disappeared. The cat didn't care either. It dove into the river. The river led to the forbidden sea. It could go there, but it needed to open the realm wall. Back then, the realm wall had sealed itself. It was fine coming in from the outside, but going out from the inside could easily cause the realm wall to shatter. Especially for a powerhouse like it, going back and forth a few times might cause the realm wall to collapse. However, the cat knew that this place would open soon. As long as it could last until that day, it wouldn't have to worry about the realm wall collapsing. Not long after the cat dove in, the shadow appeared on the bridge again. It looked at the river with some worry. This lazy cat wouldn't forget the time, right? It would be very dangerous to go out early now. However, the cat didn't participate in the war back then and wasn't injured. Its combat power had always been at its peak. After thousands of years, although it had been sleeping, its strength should have improved. Ordinary true god powerhouses might not be the cat's opponent. "I hope it doesn't cause trouble," the shadow murmured. This cat was always unreliable when it was doing business. It even missed the Great War back then. Who knew if there would be any accidents? As the shadow lamented, the realm wall trembled slightly. At this moment, the shadow suddenly moved slightly. His gaze suddenly turned to the direction of Hope City. Who is it? The moment the realm wall opened, he sensed something. The next moment, the shadow couldn't hide his shock. Through the celestial realm wall? How could it be? Who was it? The celestial realm wall was extremely powerful. Even true gods couldn't shake it. Even if there was a hole on the other side, not everyone could pass through it. As for the few powerful auras in the direction of Imperial Sea Mountain, he didn't care too much. It was a little familiar, but not too familiar. It might be someone who came from the other grotto heavens back then. At the same time, the shadow trembled. Demonic City, the vortex mouth. Although separated by the passageway, Zhang Tao still tilted his head to look to the west. That was the direction of the boundary land west of Hope City. Strange. The old guy came out? No way, right? It's too difficult for mentality to penetrate through the passageway. I can only vaguely feel it. Damn. If I didn't cut off a lot of mentality, I might be able to feel it more clearly. Zhang Tao muttered a few words. Then he frowned slightly. Something did not seem right inside. Was there a problem? He could not sense it clearly, but he still felt that it was slightly beyond his expectations. There were movements from all sides. At this moment, Fang Ping and the others went all out as soon as they came out of the passageway. They instantly unleashed their big moves and killed the catacombs powerhouses who were just changing shifts. As soon as they came out of the passageway, heaven and earth began to tremble. The whole of Hope City was originally in good condition. However, when dozens of rank 9 powerhouses went all out in the blink of an eye, the city that was just in good condition was almost in ruins. Kill. As soon as both sides saw each other, without saying a word or any communication, they just killed each other. Fang Ping roared, "Take them away. Don't gather at this passageway." As soon as he finished shouting, Wu Quishen's expression changed drastically. He said, "Fang Ping, there's trouble. People are coming. A lot of rank 9s. Right now, Wu Quishen was indeed extremely powerful. He sent a rank 9 powerhouse flying in an instant. He still had the time to tell Fang Ping what he had observed. How many? Fang Ping was also relatively relaxed. In front of him, the rank 9 castellan, who was still attacking him, was enveloped by a golden house in the blink of an eye. Fang Ping's expression was tense. However, he could still handle the other party's attack. The fellow inside could not break his golden house in a short time. 10, 11. One of them looks like a human. He's less than 800 li away from here. Fang Ping's expression turned ugly instantly. 800 li? Old Zhang said that everyone was over at the restricted area. Mount Imperial Sea was 2,000 li away from here. 2,000 li. If a rank 9 went all out and maintained their combat strength, they would need about 2 hours. A speed of 1,000 li. This was the normal speed that a rank 9 could maintain combat strength at. However, it was less than 800 li. If they rushed a little, they would reach it in less than an hour. Moreover, these powerhouses here would also converge there. If both parties rushed at the same time, they would meet in half an hour at most. At most half an hour. Maybe 20 minutes. Fang Ping's expression changed. 20 minutes to finish off 18 rank 9s in front of him? How was that possible? Otherwise, if both parties met, it would be big trouble. Close to 30 rank 9s. How could they stop them? Not far away, Old Manly shouted, "Who cares how many people come? Kill some of them first. I'll kill the monster Sunflower City's castellan." According to the original plan, the monster Sunflower City's castellan, a Origins powerhouse, was not his target. However, as luck would have it, he bumped into this fellow as soon as he came out. Chapter 8:18. The green bamboo was an Origin powerhouse, and monster plants were generally stronger. It might not be able to kill Fong Ping, but Fong Ping would not be able to escape now that he was targeted. Zhu Qing. Fong Ping shouted. This monster plant seemed to have this name. Fong Ping had heard it mention it last time. At this moment, Fong Ping roared, yelling, "You think I lied to you last time? Li Zhu's strength has really recovered. He's not prepared to start a war with humans. If you're really Li Zhu's confidant, you should know what he's thinking." Zhu Qing, don't listen to his nonsense. Monster Sunflower City's mayor roared. They now had some understanding of Fong Ping. He was good at bewitching people. They did not know the last human martial artist who could talk like this, but it was Zhang Tao. Zhang Tao mingled in the circle of the apex, bewitching the apex. Fong Ping saw Monster Sunflower City's mayor and was furious. He scolded with a smile, "Monster Sunflower City's mayor, you're a stupid dog. Do you remember the last time I snuck into the mansion of the city under your nose? You know who I am? I killed your rank 8 commander-in-chief's descendant in front of you, and you still have to cheer for me." Monster Sunflower City's mayor was stunned. At this moment, Old Man Li's sky-piercing sword tore through space. It was incomparably powerful. Monster Sunflower City's mayor was shocked. How was this possible? He had fought with Old Man Li many times. Although Old Man Li's explosive power was strong, they were only equal in strength. Last time in Monster Sunflower City, Old Man Li fought him in Monster Sunflower City alone, and was suppressed. When the two of them fought alone, Monster Sunflower City's mayor was not at a disadvantage. He was just unwilling to risk his life. How many days had it been? Only a month. A month ago, he had fought with longevity sword many times. The last time, it almost killed him. But now? Impossible. Monster Sunflower City's mayor was a little distracted earlier. That was because he was shocked by Fong Ping's words. He did not expect Fong Ping to have snuck into Monster Sunflower City long ago. Kuei Ming was actually Fong Ping in disguise. Originally, Li Changsheng could not do anything to him when he was distracted for a moment. But at this time, Old Man Li had consecutively advanced and completed his breakthrough to rank 8 7th stage. 10,000 Dao unification was already extremely powerful. This distraction was a big problem. At this moment, a gigantic crack appeared in the void. There seemed to be a strong wind blowing through the pitch-black space. The look in the Monster Sunflower City Lord's eyes changed dramatically. His figure forcefully shifted, as if he had broken through space, and instantly disappeared from where he stood. In almost an instant, the battle had just begun. The next moment, Monster Sunflower City's Lord reappeared. His face was deathly pale, and one of his arms had disappeared into thin air. Along with his arm, his divine weapon also disappeared. As the frontline City Lord powerhouse facing the humans, he had a 9th-grade divine weapon. However, in that instant, in order to block the spatial crack, he was unable to completely dodge it. He had to rely on his divine weapon to escape. Too strong. At this moment, everyone felt a little sluggish. The crack that appeared in the void just now was enormous. Old Man Li's sword slashed out a gigantic crack. His sword gleam pierced through the air and bombarded through the air. The Monster Sunflower City Lord was not only attacked by the crack, but also by Old Man Li's sword gleam. At this moment, the terror in the Monster Sunflower City Lord's eyes had reached the point of no return. 3 strikes at most. If the other party made 3 consecutive strikes, he would die without a doubt. However, he was an Origins powerhouse after all. At this moment, he could see some clues. Even though his face was deathly pale, he still roared, "Don't be afraid. He needs time to recover." As he spoke, he was about to join forces with a few rank 9s to kill Longevity's sword together. Unexpectedly, at this moment, Old Man Li's body flickered with golden light. In the blink of an eye, his aura recovered to its peak. Ha ha ha. Old Man Li laughed loudly. I do need time to recover, but do you think it's the same as last time? Last time, I used energy fluid. Do you think it's the best thing? Last time, Fong Ping ran away. Before he left, he did not leave him any imperishable substance. Otherwise, he could have killed a few more rank 9s last time. You guys hold off the others. I'm the main attacker today. I'll kill these rank 9s. At this moment, Old Man Li's arrogance was at its peak. Who was stronger than him? His 120,000 calories vitality could be used as 240,000 calories. Fong Ping felt that his strength control was less than 70%. He would not tell Fong Ping that he was unreasonably strong. 80%. Close to 200,000 calories vitality outburst. Among the Origin Path powerhouses, he was not a match for the top-notch ones. But who else could be a match for him? Wu Quishan's vitality was 150,000 calories. After walking about 700 meters on the Origin Path, with a 7 times increase in terms of 100% outburst, Wu Quishan could unleash a 250,000 calories vitality attack. Could he do it? Wu Quishan improved faster than him. At least he had been stuck at rank 8. Wu Quishan was a rank 9 in the blink of an eye, a top-notch rank 9. Wu Quishan's strength control was at most 60%. Among everyone present, in terms of strength, Chen Yaozu should be the strongest. It was not because he walked far on the Origin Path, but because he had a high degree of strength control. He had lived for too long. Moreover, there was no energy recovery in the boundary zone. In order to save energy, Chen Yaozu calculated carefully and did not waste any energy. Among everyone present, Chen Yaozu was probably the only one who could stand shoulder to shoulder with him. Old Man Li was still laughing maniacally. Fong Ping also saw an opportunity. At this moment, Fong Ping took the initiative to change his strategy. Previously, he thought that Old Man Li could kill the weak rank 9s, but the Origin Path should be a little troublesome. But now, reality proved that Longevity Sword had a rapid recovery method. That was the most awesome existence. Instructor. Fong Ping had overlooked a very serious problem. He had forgotten that his most suitable target to cooperate with was none other than Li Chongqing. Instructor, I'll trap, you kill. One had a method to trap, the other had a method to kill in seconds. This was the best combination. As both of them had not fought together for too long, they had overlooked each other's characteristics. When they worked together, they were truly invincible. Old Man Li could kill his opponents in a second, but he could not trap them. Just like earlier, if Monster Sunflower City's governor had not run away, he might have been killed. He would not have lost his god weapon, and an arm like this. At this moment, the other rank 9 powerhouses had also reacted. Everyone had overlooked it. It could not be helped. Fong Ping had improved too quickly. He had almost never fought alongside them. Actually, everyone was not familiar with his combat style. Everyone knew about his golden house, and that he could trap people. Knowing was one thing, but they had never cooperated with him before. At this moment, everyone came back to their senses. Chen Yaozu did not have time to speak. He quickly used his mentality to transmit his voice. Don't worry about people. Wu Chuan, Wu Quishan will split into 3. Guo Shengquan, the 3 of you and Xiaoqi, block 6. Tianmu, Wang Qinghai, take 1 each. Li Chongsheng, you and Fong Ping trap and kill 1. In the blink of an eye, everyone had discovered the fastest way to kill the enemy. Fong Ping trap, Li Chongsheng kill. Li Chongsheng's explosive power was much stronger than they had imagined. Li Chongsheng, who was a 7th refinement golden body, was much stronger than before. They were transmitting their voices. The monster Sunflower City's city lord, and the others looked at each other, slightly shocked. The other party had 11 people, while they had 18. Why did they feel such a huge sense of crisis? Although they were talking, they did not delay the battle. Fong Ping was currently entangled by the big green bamboo. The other party ignored Fong Ping's words this time. Countless gigantic bamboo branches spread out, whipping the void and lashing at Fong Ping. The big green bamboo was extremely furious that Fong Ping had deceived it. When it attacked, it would be giving it its all. At this moment, Fong Ping also felt a sense of crisis. Fong Ping also raised his saber and slashed, bang. A loud noise was heard. Human powerhouses were limited. This place gathered a large number of human hope seeds. Killing them, even if dozens of god generals died, was worth it. Mount Imperial Sea, Bamboo King and Green Wolf King's faces were livid. Ji Yao, who had just arrived, led Jinan and the others up the high platform. She asked curiously, "Sirs, what's the situation now?" Green Wolf King's expression was ugly. Beside him, Bamboo King said darkly, "A god general has fallen. These fellows from the outer domain are all useless. When we met them just now, we reminded them again and again to be careful, to work together this time, but one of them was still killed. How long had it been? If the 18 powerhouses worked together, how could the resurrected martial artists fight against 3 of them alone? Wu Chuan and the others were fighting 1 against 3. Damn it! 3 powerhouses actually could not fight their way out of the battle circle and went to save people. This was simply a disgrace. Rather than saying that the god general who had just died was killed by Fong Ping and the others, it was better to say that he was abandoned by his own people. Not a single person thought of saving him, Bamboo King said, then quickly added, "They have already found a countermeasure. Don't worry, we can kill them. As long as these people don't get out of 7 southern regions, they will all die this time." Having said that, Bamboo King looked at Ji Yao, his eyes dark. "Ji Yao, why did you bring these people here?" As he said that, he did not wait for Ji Yao to speak, and said darkly, "If you are willing to participate in the battle, let Ji Nen bring people in. You don't have to. I don't want to see what happens in 18 southern regions here." Ji Yao's expression turned ugly. What did that mean? "Serves you right that your people must die, dozens of god generals. And one of them was killed as soon as the battle started. Did they really think that god generals were worthless?" Fong Ping caused a ruckus in Sky Plant City in the Battle of Kings, and no god generals had fallen. But now one of them had died. These true kings were ruthless enough. They did not even treat the god generals from other regions as humans. If not for their fear of the true king's strength, the city lords from other regions might have rebelled long ago. Just as Ji Yao was thinking about this, a loud roar suddenly pierced through from the direction of Hope City. "Kill the catacombs, rank 9. The voice spread throughout the entire 7 southern regions, reaching Mount Royal Sea. Naturally, Fong Ping did not have this strength, but this voice was Fong Ping's. At the peak of Mount Royal Sea, War King looked calm. "Don't look, I did it. I learned it from Zhang Tao." Although his mentality was not as strong as Zhang Tao's, Mount Royal Sea was 2,000 li away from Hope City. He could still radiate it. If it was Zhang Tao, radiating 3,000 li should not be a problem. Maybe a little longer. This time, Ji Yao and the rest's expressions changed. Green Wolf King's face was livid. He said coldly, "War King, this is Fong Ping? You guys are really bold. You actually dare to let Fong Ping show himself, and even show up with such fanfare." As soon as he finished speaking, Green Wolf King's mentality suddenly fluctuated violently. The void trembled nonstop. "Fong Ping has appeared in 7 southern regions. He's being held back. Send people to help kill him quickly. Fang Ping has appeared in 7 southern regions. The voice spread in the direction of Mount Royal Sea. Then Green Wolf King looked directly at Jinan and the rest, saying coldly, Jinan, other than you, the other 4 god generals will enter 7 southern regions immediately. Hurry! Sir, you dare disobey? Green Wolf King was extremely cold. There were 5 god generals here. Nan was a member of the Ji family. He could not die. The other 4, however, had no problem. Join the battle immediately. Since they were here, in front of 2 true kings, these people had no right to refuse. It was more likely that the Life Kings would refuse in person. Nan looked helpless. Ji Yao, on the other hand, was a little indignant. She said, Sir, this is the commander of the Heaven's Mandate Army. I know. Green Wolf King said coldly, Ji Yao, do you think you have the right to bargain with me? The Heaven's Mandate Army is not the Ji family's private property. Even the Heaven's Mandate Royal Court is under the command of the returning True King's palace. Since I said it, then it is my order. If you don't go, you will die. Ji Yao felt a chill in her heart. At this moment, she suddenly remembered Fang Ping's words. She was nothing without strength. Could she always rely on her father's generation? Green Wolf King did not even ask her. He did not care that these people were brought here by her. Other than Nan, everyone else had to go. If they did not go, they would die. Even if these people were powerhouses trained by the Ji family, Ji Yao finally realized the reality. In the eyes of the true kings, she was really nothing. Beside her, the 4 god generals looked at each other, then at Ji Yao and Nan. They did not say anything, nor did they refuse. Soon, the 4 of them left the platform and walked toward 7 southern regions. They could not refuse. Both true kings had said that if they did not go, they would die. They were not joking. If they did not go, they would definitely die. Green Wolf King ignored them. Suddenly, he looked at the Bamboo King and said, I'll watch here. Quickly go to the nearby regions and gather the god generals. This time, even if all the god generals die in battle, we must make them stay. At all costs, Fang Ping and the Longevity Sword are not god generals. You know what that means. Also, the Snake King seems to have used Mystic Jade's origin path. Also, the Gu King's son, Sino Nation's southern guardian, as the Green Wolf King spoke, he was shocked. If these people were killed, a large number of seeds from the land of rebirth would die. The Bamboo King understood the situation better than he did. He said quickly, That's right, they must die. I didn't expect so many god generals to be here. They knew there were people on the way, but they didn't retreat. If that's the case, we won't give them a chance. Green Wolf, summon all the god generals under me. This time, even if we have to break through 7 southern regions, we must kill them. Also, inform some true kings. The Bamboo King began to speak through voice transmission. If we can't kill them, it means that these people have become a huge threat. This time, at all costs, even if a battle between true kings breaks out in 7 southern regions. Martial King and War King are still on the other side. Also, there are 2 true kings who have come back to life nearby. I'll go find them now. Green Wolf, get ready. The Green Wolf King's expression changed, but he did not refuse. Fight, then. Last time, he already felt that Fang Ping was a hidden danger. Now it was proven that it was indeed so. Soon, the Green Wolf King said through voice transmission, Go find Maple King, Huai King, and the others. They are willing to help. Also, quickly bring the god generals here. As he spoke, the Green Wolf King said hurriedly, I'll keep watch here. Inform one of the true kings to send a message. You go and recruit the god generals yourself. Nearby royal city castellans, divine sect powerhouses, and dynasty powerhouses must all come. Use the true king order to recruit them. The two true kings were also decisive people. Today, the number of rank 9 powerhouses in 7 southern regions had almost broken through 60. However, they felt that it might not be safe. This might be the best opportunity to wipe them out in one fell swoop. The Bamboo King said no more. He disappeared in the blink of an eye. He was going to the nearby regions to gather experts. The 15th Southern Territory West Catacombs and the 17th Southern Territory West Mountain Catacombs had a large number of powerhouses gathering at the moment. He was prepared to go there and call for reinforcements. He would not attack those two places anymore. What was so great about killing some newbies? Kill Zhang Weiyu. Zhang Weiyu might not be more of a threat than Fang Ping and the others. If Zhang Weiyu refused to come in no matter what, it would be useless even if the Shijiang catacombs were breached. Only Fang Ping's side was the meat in their mouths. It was difficult for them to retreat now. Would the land of rebirth send more reinforcements? Regardless of whether they could or not, when there were hundreds of divine generals in the 7 southern regions, how could they not kill a few resurrected divine generals? After the Bamboo King left, the Green Wolf King continued to watch the battle. The War King glanced in the direction where the Bamboo King had left with a helpless look on his face. Big trouble. Zhang Tao didn't expect this, did he? There was no need for any strategy, no need to anger the other party. Fang Ping shouted, and I magnified it. These true kings went crazy. They were going to call people to surround and kill Fang Ping. The ultimate battle was about to break out. I think it's better for Fang Ping and the others to leave as soon as possible. The War King sighed in his heart. With the speed of a true king, it was extremely fast for them to personally fetch divine generals and rush over. Perhaps very soon, the 7 southern regions would really have more than 100 rank 9s. This might also be the time when the number of rank 9s in an outer region was the highest. In that case, the demon race would also participate this time. Could Chef win? At this moment, the Jiao also sensed the auras of many King Realm experts. It had almost lost count. At this moment, the Jiao was hesitating. Was it really a good idea to attack a city at a time like this? Chef wasn't lying to her, was he? Chef's family did not have the ability to take over the 7 southern regions. If that was the case, he would be in trouble this time. But they had just left the domain and were still in high spirits. Could it be that they were going to retreat just like that? The big head of Jiao kept thinking about these questions, and it did not know what to say for a while. Could it say that it was going to help the resurrected warrior? As it was thinking, Fang Ping's voice came. When it heard that Chef had killed a king realm, the Jiao suddenly felt that it was worrying too much. Since Chef dared to take the initiative to attack the 7 southern regions, he must be confident. He had killed the king realm so quickly. The battle had erupted over there. The auras of dozens of rank 9 martial artists erupted. Even from 1,000 miles away, the Jiao could feel it. To it, it was just the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, he had killed a king realm. The resurrected warrior was very powerful. The Jiao thought about this, looked at the big ant, and then at the core sacred ground behind it. Several mineral veins of life had gathered. These guys were much better than it. Why are we attacking the city? Isn't attacking the city to prove that I'm on the same side as Chef? It's also for the mineral veins of life. The demon race can devour them, but it's useless for humans. The Jiao thought of many things in an instant. Soon, its spiritual force fluctuated. Lord Huai King's messenger came to the domain zone and told me that as long as the resurrected warrior is killed, he will not kill me, the Jiao explained. Behind it, some of the demons were moving. The Jiao glanced back, its big eyes full of warning. I'm here. There's no chance for you to interrupt. In front, the big golden ant was confused. Lord Why King's messenger is here. He's here. Didn't you see him? No. Although the big ant was a little confused, it did not suspect anything. There seemed to be no problem. Lord Why King's messenger was here. It was normal for the golden-horned beast king to participate in the battle and not pursue the matter of its offense. As for the fact that it did not see him, it could be because he walked to the edge of Imperial Sea Mountain. Then, shall we go together? The big ant asked. Since the demons of the domain zone were also going to participate in the battle, then they would go together. Once they went there, they would meet up with the demon kings of the 100 Beasts Forest. There were 15 demon kings in the 3 territories, be it the resurrected warrior or the martial artists of the divine land. They would not dare to ignore them. The 2 forbidden lands had existed for too long. The demon race only knew about the 10,000 Ants Desert and the 100 Beasts Forest. How would they know about the golden-horned beast king? What is this called? What is this called again? Humans have a saying, kill the chicken to warn the monkey. The Jiao suddenly thought of a phrase. Yes, that was it. Although it was confused. Why kill the chicken to scare the monkey? It did not seem to work, right? The monkey was very strong. It heard that the 10,000 demon royal court had a demon monkey king, but it had never heard of a demon chicken king. What did killing the chicken have to do with the monkey? The Jiao felt that the land of rebirth was quite complicated, so it did not think too much about it. Anyway, that was what it meant. Kill the big ant. And the others scare the 100 Beasts Forest? No, scare the other demons. Let all the demons know that I, the golden-horned beast king, have returned. Once I returned, I did something shocking and destroyed the forbidden lands. At that moment, the Jiao's mind was full of thoughts, and it quickly said, Ant King. Then, let's go together. The martial artist who revived is very strong. Did you hear that? Yes, the Ant King heard the voice transmission too, but did not pay much attention. Although the death of a king was quite scary, there were many experts going to God Land this time, and many demons too. Now that so many demons had gone to the Forbidden Lands, what was there to worry about? Then let's go together. I was just thinking, if King Huai did not kill me this time, should I return to the 100 Beasts Forest? The Jiao's voice was very young. It was not going to pretend to be old anymore. It was going to pretend to be young and ask its senior some questions. Now that I'm out, where should I go? As the Jiao spoke, it walked towards the big ant unguardedly. The big ant was slightly uncomfortable, but seeing that the golden-horned beast king was humbly asking for guidance, it did not care anymore. It was also thinking of a question. Now that the golden-horned beast king had returned and become a demon king, should it bring him to the 10,000 Ants Desert? Although the 10,000 Ants Desert only had ants under normal circumstances, the other demons would go to the 100 Beasts Forest or Imperial Sea Mountain. But this time, the golden-horned beast king and the 100 Beasts Forest had fallen out, and the 7 southern regions was indeed getting more and more dangerous. The resurrected martial artist had killed many kings last time, and now another king had fallen. Who knew how many more would die next? Would it continue in the future? The Ant King also began to think about increasing its strength in the 10,000 Ants Desert. But the golden-horned beast king could do it, but the demons in the Forbidden Lands could not. There were too many king realms, and if they all came, the 10,000 Ants Desert would be occupied by the demons. The big ant and the Jiao gathered together. As they flew towards Hope City, they discussed the Jiao's next course of action after this battle. The demons were also quite direct. The big ant quickly expressed the Jiao's intention to come to the 10,000 Ants Desert. The Jiao's big head kept nodding, humbly accepting, as if it could consider it. As it considered, the Jiao suddenly turned around and roared, using its mentality to berate. Everyone go to the periphery. Protect the 10,000 ants tribe. Right now, there were many demons in the Forbidden Lands. There were close to 30 rank 8s and hundreds of rank 7s. There were much fewer demons in the 10,000 ants desert. Apart from the 3 rank 9s, there were only 5 rank 8s and more than 10 rank 7s. The remaining 2 rank 8s were left in the 10,000 ants desert. As the Jiao berated, it considered, could it kill these big ants quickly? Now that they were surrounded, so many demons surrounding them, the big ants were very strong, and the Ant King was the master of the 10,000 ants desert. The Jiao knew that it was no match for it, but the demons in the Forbidden Lands were not weak. 5 against 3. They should be able to kill them, right? Kill them, speed things up, then go back and kill the remaining 2 demon kings, and take over the 10,000 ants desert. Perhaps it could even kill the demon kings of the 100 Beasts forest. The Jiao thought about it a lot. It felt that when it reached the 100 Beasts forest, it could actually discuss the issue of seeking refuge like it did now. After all, it was from the 100 Beasts forest. They were all demons. There was no need to be polite. After killing these demon kings, I will be the strongest demon king. Devour them, then devour the ores of life. Since we're on the same side as Chef, then when I kill the rebellious demons, I'll let Chef take the blame. The Jiao felt that it needed to take the blame. It could say that Chef asked it to do it, to let him take the blame. After devouring so many demon kings, perhaps it could really become a true king. Even if it could not, it could still become the most powerful monarch. If it relied on itself, it would not dare to do it. After killing these demons, it could just wait for the 10,000 demon royal court to come and kill it. But Chef did it. It wasn't me who did it. It would just kill the demons to silence them. Even if Imperial Sea Mountain knew they were not demons, why would the 10,000 demon royal court believe them? Once it became a true king, killing them was nothing. Would the royal court offend it, a true king of the demon race, for the sake of some demons? The Jiao felt that it was too powerful. It thought of everything well. When it was weak, it would rely on Chef first. When it was strong, it would run. First, let the true king of Chef's family help it block a true king. When it became a true king, at most, it would not eat Chef anymore. The Jiao felt that it had done right by Fong Ping. Chef smelled so good, it had always wanted to eat him. Now that it did not eat him, it should be satisfied. The Jiao thought happily, and turned to look at the few rank 9 demons in the bounded domain. It gestured with its big eyes, but these demons were dumb, as if they did not understand. The Jiao was helpless, so stupid. I already asked you to protect the ant tribe from the outside. Don't you understand? Leave the 10,000 ants desert a little further, and then act immediately. The Jiao was a little disappointed. The demons were too stupid. No, I am not stupid. I am the wise one among the demons. The Jiao was scheming against these demons. At the same time, in the Forbidden Sea, a huge cat's head popped up carefully. The Forbidden Sea had the effect of shielding one's aura, but it was useless outside the Forbidden Sea. The Forbidden Sea seems to have become bigger. It expanded again. No wonder the grotto heaven became so much smaller, the cat muttered to itself. I knew it. The grotto heaven seemed to have become smaller. It must be because Gong Juanzi sealed the grotto heaven and shrunk it while I was sleeping. After talking to itself for a while, the cat looked around, a little sad, which was rare. It seemed to be different from back then. Back then, there were so many delicious big fish in the sea. Why were they gone now? What was going on now? It did not like to eat big crabs and cuttlefish, but there were so many of them under the sea. I remember there's an island 80,000 miles south of the grotto heaven. I used to fish there often. I wonder if it's still there? The cat turned to look at the depths of the Forbidden Sea, then suddenly looked in the direction of the 10,000 ants desert. That big foreign dog is so annoying. It looks almost the same as the big dog from back then. This big dog even took away my little brother. Should I eat it and be done with it?" The cat thought about a very serious question, then shook its huge head. "Forget it. I don't eat dog meat." The cat had not come out for a long time. Everything was strange to it. Suddenly, the cat grabbed a sea monster that looked like a crocodile. Although it did not look like the big fish in its memory, it was really hungry. It would fill its stomach first. The cat did not care about the crocodile monsters begging for mercy, and also ignored the other's rank, 9 realm. Fish were for cats. Why should it beg for mercy? It did not eat it raw. The cat was a demon with a goal. It was different from the big dog that used to eat it. The big dog ate everything. The cat seemed to remember that the big dog ate everything raw, bloody, and disgusting. In Fong Ping's eyes, this was the natural law of the catacombs, or a kind of rule. However, Fong Ping did not see what happened next. The ash cat's claws suddenly burst into flames, directly roasting the crocodile with a sizzling sound. In the blink of an eye, a rank 9 monster became a roasted rank 9 monster. A huge wooden skewer appeared in the cat's claws, and it skewered the crocodile on the wooden skewer, eating it bite by bite, while continuing to swim in the direction of Hope City. Eating some snacks and watching the fun, this was the cat's life. It was just a little curious. Did someone seem to be peeping at it? The cat looked around suspiciously, but did not find anything. It was in the Forbidden Sea. Even a true god could not use their mentality here. No one should be looking at it. The cat shook its big head and continued to wander. It must have sensed wrongly. At the same time, Magic City's vortex mouth. Zhang Tao was also shocked to the extreme. Did I sense wrongly? I want to enter the catacombs. He seemed to have found something strange, and it was moving in the direction of Hope City. What is that? A venerable rank monster? No, the venerable rank monster from the Forbidden Sea would not come to the shallow waters. Why would it come here? No, it doesn't seem to be the aura of the Forbidden Sea. Zhang Tao suddenly hit his head. He could not sense it. Since the opening of more passageways, his mentality had increased rapidly, and he could actually see a lot of things. But recently, perhaps because he had cut too much, it was difficult for him to clearly sense the situation inside. What was that thing just now? Although he did not sense the specific situation, he sensed that the other party's aura was quite strong. Although it was very weak, that was because of the Forbidden Sea's influence, not because the other party was weak. It must be a desperate situation. Could it be the cat in Quokang Mountain? Zhang Tao suddenly thought of the strange feeling he had sensed earlier. Could it be that the cat had escaped? No way. If it really escaped, this cat will really be living history. Zhang Tao's eyes moved. This was a cat that might have lived since the apotheosis period. It might no more than the owner of the Grotto Heaven. If it was caught, it was still thinking. Behind it, someone said worriedly, "Minister, what's the situation? Can you see the situation inside?" Zhang Tao turned around and saw Li Hansong's worried face. He smiled quickly and said, "It's okay. Fong Ping and the others have already killed a rank 9 and are fighting with other rank 9 now. There are no major changes so far." When he said that, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed to be going smoothly. In the crowd, Fatty Jiang looked doubtful. It was going so smoothly? Then why did Fong Ping send him here in such a hurry? Zhang Tao saw that they were relieved, but he added in his heart, "That's now. Seems like there's going to be some trouble this time." Unexpected factors appear frequently. The other party has entered in advance. The demons seem to be joining in the battle. The boundaries are also joining in the fun. If it's really that cat, then it's okay. LV Jeune meant that the other party won't hurt people. But if it's not, if it's the venerable demon clan from the Forbidden Sea, This time we're really in big trouble. Zhang Tao was also as troubled as a cow. Everything that he did not want to happen happened today. 7 Southern Territory was in such a mess that he felt like he could not control it anymore. Originally, it was just a counterattack, but now it was a mess. Fang Ping was not the only one who did not expect this. Fang Ping, this kid, was really good at stirring up trouble. Old Zhang's face was full of helplessness. He was still thinking about how to break out the ultimate battle. All right, there was no need to think anymore. This time, it was 100% that the ultimate battle would break out. But if I go to Imperial Sea Mountain, what about the Forbidden Sea? Zhang Tao's head hurt again. There might be venerable demon clan roaming the Forbidden Sea. If they were not careful, then Fang Ping and the others would be cooked. But if he did not go to Imperial Sea Mountain, Warlord would be in big trouble. Damn it, when did it not appear? Why did it appear now? What is this venerable demon clan planning? At this moment, Zhang Tao could not imagine that the cat just came out to get something to eat and watch the show. He had been bored for too long. Eating snacks and watching the show was also a kind of enjoyment. Magic City's catacombs was in chaos. Jiao was scheming against the demons in the 10,000 Ants Desert. The cat was waiting to watch the show. It also scared old Zhang. 10 divine generals were rushing to Hope City as reinforcements. Behind them, a large number of divine generals began to gather, waiting to enter. The 100 Beasts Forest demons also began to move, rushing in the direction of Hope City. One by one, rank 9 powerhouses gathered. The moment Fang Ping and the others entered, they reacted. In the past, when a rank 9 broke out in a war, it was the devastating battle. Today, rank 9 powerhouses were innumerable. As for Fang Ping and the others, they were also fighting to their heart's content. Everyone felt that something big was about to happen. 17 rank 9 powerhouses no longer cared about their lives. They began to entangle them with all their might. They were prepared to make them stay in the 7 Southern Territory. Initially, they calculated that these catacombs rank 9s would not dare to fight with their lives. When they really could not win, Fang Ping and the others could pretend to fight with all their might and retreat from the catacombs. However, at this moment, Fang Ping noticed something unusual. These fellows did not seem to be ready to let them go. The battle at the passageway entrance was now extremely tragic. The other parties still did not retreat. The true king was completely enraged. The Green Wolf King sent a message to the 7 Southern Territory. This time, if they could not make Fang Ping and the others stay, he would personally enter the 7 Southern Territory and slaughter all the powerhouses there. Chapter 8:20. Global High Martial Arts is asking for your opinion. Please wait for a moment. After the content has been updated, please refresh the page to receive the latest update. Chapter 8:21. At the passageway entrance, Hope City had been completely obliterated. Underground, a gigantic sinkhole formed. Should we go or not? Wu Chuan, who had slashed a crack with his sword and forced an elemental Dao monster to retreat, roared. The enemy's reinforcements seemed to be arriving soon. If they did not leave now, they might not be able to. Fang Ping gritted his teeth. Leave? Right now, they could still fight to the death and force these people to retreat. Evacuation was still possible. But why leave? It was not like he did not have the confidence to kill these people. I've prepared for so long. For what? Isn't it just to take revenge and have a big fight? What's there to worry about? Since I'm the one who suggested it, why wouldn't I be willing to pay? Fang Ping had a trump card that he had not used for a long time. Ever since Nan Yunyue and the rest told him not to self-destruct his mentality, Fong Ping had not self-destructed his mentality since then. He had been stabilizing it, but it did not mean that he could not self-destruct. On the contrary, Fong Ping, whose mentality was close to 8,000 hertz now, self-destructing his mentality was scarier than the average rank 9's self-destruct. I dared to do it in the past, but now I don't. Isn't it just a splitting headache? Old Zhang cut his mentality again and again, and nothing happened to him, right? If he self-destructed the golden house, with its current sturdiness, filled with imperishable energy, even if it could not be unleashed 100%, it was enough to blow up a rank 9. Fong Ping had always been reluctant to do this. He had invested too much in the golden house. He filled it with imperishable substances in large amounts. From start to finish, he had spent hundreds of millions of wealth points on the golden house. That was not simply a problem of 8,000 hertz mentality. Although 8,000 hertz mentality required 10 points to recover, it was only 80,000 wealth points. The key was that the golden house self-destructed. Fong Ping felt that unless it was a desperate situation. And now, both Fong Ping and Old Man Li were surrounded by the 3 monster plants. Wu Quishan and the others were fighting 14 rank 9 powerhouses. They had the upper hand now, but Wu Quishan and Wu Chuan had to rescue Fong Ping and the others from time to time. They could not kill their opponents. 3 monster plants. Kill these 3 monster plants. Without the 3 strongest elemental Dao powerhouses, it's more than enough for us to kill the remaining 14 people. Fong Ping's eyes flashed suddenly. Was it not just spending some time and wealth points to continue condensing the golden house? It was just an external possession. When Wu Chuan asked if they should retreat, Fong Ping barked, "I won't retreat until I kill them all." As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping's golden house appeared again. Fong Ping swept a glance at Old Man Li. Old Man Li seemed to know what he was about to do. His sword gleams swept in all directions, shattering the void. He laughed loudly and said, "Kill them all then. Everyone." Old Man Li bellowed, "Don't think that just because Fong Ping is here, that we won't fight with our lives on the line. Afraid of death. If you don't fight with your life on the line, do you really think that you can reach the pinnacle through bitter cultivation? If you don't reach the pinnacle, you're still ants in the end. If you don't dare to fight to the death, how can you reach the pinnacle? Absolute apex isn't achieved by fearing death. It's achieved through life and death struggles." Old Man Li's voice was cold. Among the 11 powerhouses, other than Wang Qinghai, who had just broken through, Tian Mu and Fong Ping, who had divine weapons, also had origin path abilities. There were 10 origin Daos, and several of them were top-notch experts. Unable to take down 17 rank 9s, they were all scared to death. They said that the catacombs rank 9s were afraid of death. Right now, Wu Chuan and the rest were actually the same. It was not that they were really afraid of death, but because Fong Ping was here, everyone felt that they did not have to fight so hard. Back then, Old Man Li and the other 2 fought more than 10 rank 9s and could even kill rank 9 powerhouses when forced into a life and death situation, who would still be afraid of death. At that time, Wu Quishan and Wu Chuan were not as strong as they were now. They could even fight 1 against 3 and even suppress their opponents. What about now? Now, Wu Quishan was a lot stronger. So was Wu Chuan. He had obtained the imperishable substance that Fong Ping gave him, and his physique was also much stronger. The pressure was incomparable to before, but now he could not take down 3 rank 9s, and some of them were not even origin path. As soon as he said that, Wu Quishan, who was fighting with 2 rank 9s, suddenly had a change of expression. Then he suddenly laughed and said, "I was thinking too much. I was thinking that I can't fight too hard. I'm almost at the pinnacle. I can't die at this time. I can't hurt my foundation at this time." But in the next moment, Wu Quishan suddenly understood. Where did I get to where I am today? In the past, when I was a rank 8, I dared to fight a rank 9. Now that I'm close to the pinnacle, I no longer have the courage I had in the past. Martial artists dare to fight to the death. At this moment, Wu Quishan thought of the martial arts university's purpose. Then kill. The aura on Wu Quishan's body suddenly became stronger. A sword slashed through the air, and the void exploded. The opposite rank, 9, had just dodged when another rank, 9, also took the opportunity to throw a punch at Wu Quishan. Wu Quishan did not care, exchanging injuries for lives. Let's see who dares to take the risk. Kill. Wu Quishan roared, letting the other rank, 9, hit his head, but his silhouette slashed through the air, flashing nonstop in the air, heading straight for the rank, 9, who had dodged earlier. Die. Wu Quishan swung his sword again. In the air, an incomparably huge snake appeared suddenly. Materialization condensed. The long snake was like a living creature, hissing, but the sword gleam was scorching. The rank 9 who was being chased did not expect Wu Quishan to not dodge his partner's attack. Not only did he not dodge, but he also went all out, even at the cost of serious injuries, to kill him. Do you really think I'm afraid of you? This person was also furious. You're just risking your life. Do you really think we don't dare to? Kagu. This person also let out a furious roar, a dazzling glow erupting from his body. Originally, he could not shatter the void, but at this moment, the nearby void was shaken to the point where tiny cracks appeared. Boom! A deafening bang was heard. The other party's golden body exploded instantly. In the void, a gush of mentality condensed rapidly. In a face-to-face confrontation, the other party's golden body exploded, leaving only the remnants of mentality. As for Wu Quishan, he was attacked from the front and the back. His golden body was also cracking, golden blood spurting out from his head, and a clear fist mark appeared on the back of his head. Die. Wu Quishan did not care at all. He had too many advantages. He was already stronger than them, and he also had a lot of imperishable substance and a rank 9 divine weapon. Under such circumstances, he should not have been unable to defeat 2 rank 9. Even if one of them was an Origin Dao, it was nothing. What he was killing was Origin Dao. If Li Changshan can do it, why can't I, the Snake King? Wu Quishan roared in his heart. Longevity Sword's name shook the catacombs, and it came from killing. Devil King Fang Ping caught up from behind and also became the catacombs' archenemy. As for him, the Snake King Wu Quishan, he had been forgotten by the catacombs. Being famous in the catacombs was a martial artist's lifelong pursuit. He also hoped that the catacombs' 108 territories would come after him. Today, the Snake King will make a name for himself. Wu Quishan roared again. The giant snake in the sky had a sword in its mouth. The rank 9 divine weapon longsword and the giant snake merged into one. At this moment, the giant snake was swallowing and spitting out the rank 9 longsword. The moment the other party's golden body exploded, the giant snake spat out the sword like a flying sword, instantly strangling the other party's mentality materialization. No, the person whose golden body was destroyed was also an Origin Dao powerhouse. Other than the monster Sunflower City Lord, he was the only Origin Dao powerhouse among the catacombs' martial artists. However, at this moment, the fearless Wu Quishan quickly destroyed his golden body and even wanted to annihilate his mentality. This was to completely kill him. You guys forced me to do this. At this moment, this person's mentality had already transformed into a human form. However, seeing that Wu Quishan still ignored the attack from his comrade behind him, he suddenly felt extreme despair and unwillingness. I won't let you have it easy even if I die. Boom. Crack. In the void, the giant snake had just spat out the long sword when an invisible vibrating light wave swept in all directions. The scales on the giant snake's body instantly shattered into countless pieces. In the blink of an eye, the giant snake became extremely dim. The other party had self-destructed. The crazed Wu Quishan was shockingly powerful. He did not hesitate to exchange his life for another's, killing an Origin Dao within 3 moves. Buffed. At this moment, Wu Quishan's mentality was also injured. The rank 9 martial artist behind him had already attacked again. However, when he saw that the Origin Dao martial artist was killed and his mentality was annihilated, this person's expression also changed drastically. He was only a weak rank 9. Just as his expression changed, Wu Quishan, whose face was covered in blood, suddenly turned his head and looked at him. The smile on his face was incomparably ferocious. A top-level Origin Dao was not as useless as one would imagine. You're going to die too. Wu Quishan did not care about what happened in the other battle circles. Fight with all your might. How can you hope to win without fighting? If you don't fight, how can you become stronger? When a martial artist reached the pinnacle, it was also to fight and kill the enemy. The meaning of a martial artist's existence was to kill the enemy, not to live forever. If everyone was afraid of death, who would dare to fight? These principles that they had taught their students in the past had now been forgotten by them. The stronger one was, the more one was afraid of death. The Snake King reached the pinnacle not just to protect himself better, but to kill more enemies. In the midst of an explosion, the second rank, 9, and the first Origin Dao powerhouse had fallen. It happened in the blink of an eye. At the same time, Fang Ping also began to fight with all his might. Explode! With a loud roar, the golden house swiftly targeted a cypress tree. At the same time Fang Ping shouted. Old Man Li was also silent. His sword moved with him. This time, he did not slash a crack, nor did he slash through the air. Instead, he wielded the long sword and broke through the air, heading straight for the cypress tree. He wanted to get close and kill it. Boom! The void exploded once again. The golden house exploded directly. No, at this time, the 3 demons' mentality fluctuations were frightening. The cypress tree felt a fatal crisis. The cypress tree wanted to escape. Qing Zhu felt a fatal crisis. Just as its huge bamboo branch was about to be pulled out, boom. The 4th time, Fang Ping self-destructed his mentality again. Blood flowed from his mouth. His eyes dimmed, but he laughed ferociously. I've closed in. I'll let you have a taste of up to 60 yuan of destructive power. 7th refinement golden body. I can also kill Origin Dao. On Fang Ping's Changdao, the destructive power exploded to the extreme. The destructive power originated from mentality and vitality force. It also had double damage. Creak. Qing Zhu seemed to be making a real sound. It was not a mentality fluctuation. On the huge green trunk, an illusory human face was faintly discernible. It was not very clear, but it was somewhat solid. At this moment, it was full of fear and confusion. Just as it was about to use its mentality, what greeted it was another self-destruction. This time, the illusory human face collapsed completely. After all, it was not a paragon. Just now, it was only condensed subconsciously due to extreme fear. Give me a little more time. At this moment, Qing Zhu's only thought was this. Give me a little more time. Give me a chance to counterattack. Fang Ping could not kill it, but how could Fang Ping give it time? He was furious. The golden house was gone. Hundreds of millions of wealth points were wasted. In addition to the wealth points he used to condense imperishable substances for others, He had spent 4 to 500 million wealth points in total. He could not even kill a few rank 9 martial artists, 11 people against 18, and there were many powerhouses among them. Why not? 20 minutes. No, 10 minutes. Kill all these guys in 10 minutes. Destroy. After shattering Qing Zhu's mentality, Fang Ping's Changdao exploded with an incomparably dazzling golden glow. In the void, the illusion of the fallen gods appeared again. He had not used Zhang Dingnan's combat techniques for a long time. He had always relied on the golden house to trap the enemy, and when he entered, he crushed the opponent with his flesh. Now that the golden house had exploded and could not trap the enemy anymore, he did not need to trap the enemy anymore. He, Fang Ping, was not a martial artist who purely trapped people. In terms of lethality, not many people could compare to him. Others used the power of heaven and earth and the power of blood, but I used the power of destruction. This slash created a crack in the space. A crack could be created with 150,000 calories vitality, which was the level of 30 destructive force. When Fang Ping's mentality self-detonated, he purely unleashed destructive force. His strength control was not considered high. It could barely reach 50%. But now, a crack was created. Opposite him, Qing Zhu had almost no reaction. Every time he gathered his mentality, Fang Ping self-detonated it, and it fell toward the ground. But Fang Ping did not give it time to fall. Before the giant Qing Zhu landed, Fang Ping's slash created a crack. The saber glow, along with the crack, slashed across the other party's heart core at the waist. Right now, Fang Ping only wanted to kill the enemy. He did not care about the preservation of the heart core and brain core. Shattering the heart core and brain core was the fastest way to kill the enemy. He did not have time to slowly erase the other party's life mark. Clang, the deafening sound of metal colliding, was heard. Qing Zhu's bamboo trunk was extremely powerful. The saber glow even created some sparks on the land that could not be used to make fire. The next moment, the bamboo trunk cracked. In the next second, the crack slashed across, cutting the bamboo trunk into two. What followed was the sound of glass shattering. Lord, at this moment, Qing Zhu seemed to have sobered up. It subconsciously shouted, not the demon lord, but the Lord. It seemed to have returned to the past. In the past, it was not stationed in the outland. Instead, it followed the Lord to conquer everywhere. When the Lord was young, in order to fight for the throne, he started from scratch. He led a group of like-minded friends to conquer everywhere. They fought against the Destiny Royal Court, the Land of Rebirth, and the 10,000 Demon Royal Court. They even fought together to the Forbidden Sea, to the Land of Boundaries. They had been there. They had even gone to the innermost area of the Land of Boundaries and fought for many years. 100 years ago, Li Zhu seized the throne and sealed the world. It was arranged to go to the outland to prepare for the next battle. Now, it could not wait for the chance to fight against the Lord again. The sober Qing Zhu did not do anything else at this moment. In its abdomen, a large amount of life essence suddenly exploded. An extremely rich energy wave spread out. The Sky Plant military dared to fight. It dared to fight to the death. It did not forget the past. Even if it died, it would not let the enemy have it easy. Damn it! At this moment, Fang Ping cursed and retreated hurriedly. Rumble! An earth-shattering explosion was heard. The ground could no longer be seen. The black pit swallowed everything. Not far away, the Forbidden Sea was roaring as if it was ready to pour in. Hope City was originally very close to the Forbidden Sea. At this moment, Hope City had already been bombarded into a huge pit by a large number of rank 9 powerhouses. Only the last bit of coastline was still standing. Once it was broken, the entire boundary where Hope City was located, would become a part of the Forbidden Sea. The rumble of the explosion resounded through heaven and earth. The 3 monster plants had fallen in a short time. Fang Ping killed Qing Zhu, Li Changsheng killed Bai Shu, and Wu Quishan killed the Origin City Lord. 3 Origin Dao were killed in a row. The Catacombs martial artists were completely terrified. 7 Origin Dao. In a short time, 3 of them had died. The 3 strongest monster plants could only trap Fang Ping and the Origin City Lord. In the blink of an eye, 2 of them were killed. It was over. The monster Sunflower City Lord's face was full of despair. It was really over. Out of 18 powerhouses, 4 were dead. No, 5 were dead. He was blocking Chun Yaozu's attack. At this time, the Chun family's Chun 7 was quietly fighting a weak rank 9 monster. He suddenly self-destructed his divine weapon, severely injuring the other party. Then, with a slap, the monster's giant head was smashed into pieces. Origin Dao against a weak rank 9, self-destructing his divine weapon to severely injure the other party. This was at all costs, just to kill the enemy quickly. How could a weak rank 9 monster withstand it? Rumble! The giant monster's carcass fell again, crashing into the black hole below. 5 now. 13 against 11. The other party was unharmed. The only losses were Fang Ping's golden house and Chun 7's rank 9 divine weapon. Gopher, let's go. At this time, a Castellan powerhouse suddenly roared, communicating with a rat monster. 1 man and 1 monster, together, beat Guoshengquan back, turned around, and ran. He was going to run. No matter how angry the Green Wolf King and the rest were, he was going to run. If worst came to worst, he would not be the Castellan anymore. Or he could rendezvous with the reinforcements and come back. He did not want to die here. 13. 3 Essence Daos had perished. How could they fight? The other party had 11 people. Among them, 10 had Origin Dao combat strength. There were also a few who were extremely powerful. There was no need to wait for 10 minutes. If this went on, they would all be wiped out in 3 minutes. The land of rebirth was more terrifying than they expected, especially Fang Ping, who self-detonated his mentality time and time again. It could be said that the 2 monster plants of essence had died under his mentality self-detonation. Even Origin Dao could not withstand it. If Fang Ping self-destructed twice, a weak rank 9 like him would definitely suffer heavy mentality damage. There was no hope of escape. He might as well run now. No one wanted to die. He did not want to either. The true king had promised to resurrect them after conquering the land of rebirth. Could he really do it? If they died in the land of rebirth, there was still hope for resurrection. But now, there was obviously no hope. Previously, they were pressured by the true king. Now, they were just waiting for death here. They might not die if they ran. You guys, Monster Sunflower City's Castellan was currently entangled by Wu Chuan. Seeing this, he was terrified. They could not run. There was still hope for the 13 of them, but the other 2 had run away. The gopher was an Essence Dao demonic beast, and now it was 11 against 11. Only 3 of them were Essence Dao experts. There was no way they could stop it. 1-on-1, they would definitely lose. Hold on for a while more. Monster Sunflower City's Castellan roared. Even if they had to run, they had to defeat them first and escape together. Now that these 2 had left, what about the others? He was still shouting. Guo Shengquan did not hesitate at all. He was so straightforward that it was shocking. He retreated directly, turned around, and charged toward Guanfu. Guanfu was currently dealing with another Origin Dao monster beast. As long as they joined forces to kill this Origin Dao monster beast, only monster Sunflower City's Castellan, and the only monster plant would be left. At this time, Fang Ping had already joined forces with Li Changxing to attack. Fang Ping began to self-detonate his mentality again. Self-detonation was still the best. Even if Fang Ping's head was about to explode, he was still screaming in his heart. It was still this good. I'm the main attacker, not the trapper. Explode, explode, explode. Fang Ping roared 3 times in a row. His mentality self-detonated 3 times. After he self-detonated 3 times, Old Man Li's longsword slashed 3 times in a row. In the end, the unknown monster flower did not even have time to self-detonate. It was cut into dozens of pieces and fell to the ground. A large amount of life essence spilled out directly, but Fang Ping did not care. If it was scattered, so be it. At this time, he did not care about this. A few hundred caddies of life essence was not as satisfying as killing a few more people. The 3 monster plants were extremely powerful, but under his unlimited cheating, they self-detonated nearly 10 times in a row. In the blink of an eye, they were killed by him and Li Changxing on the spot. Victory was decided. In this battle, it did not matter how many people came to help. Fang Ping even had the urge to self-detonate all the way to Mount Royalty. He wanted to see how the true king and the others fought. When he achieved the peak, he would self-detonate as well. Let's see who could stop him then. Chapter 8:22. The battle at the entrance of the passageway had already turned into a frenzy. When the reckless Fang Ping went crazy, even he was afraid of himself. 3 monster plants were killed, the Heaven's Mandate Bloodlines Essence Dao City Lord was killed, an Essence Dao Monster Beast, and a weak grade 9 City Lord escaped, and 2 weak grade 9 City Lords were killed. In the blink of an eye, 6 of the 18 rank 9s were dead, and 2 had fled. There were only 10 rank 9s left. The monster Sunflower City Lord could no longer suppress the fear in his heart. He roared, "Let's join forces and repel them. Retreat to the back." There were still 10 rank 9s coming to help from the rear. He couldn't hold them back any longer. If this continued, they would all die. They had thought that they would definitely win. They had thought that they could wait for reinforcements from the rear, but it was too late. Retreat. Fang Ping roared, "Don't even think about retreating. Let's see if you can bring me to the afterlife by self-detonating together." As soon as he said that, a large amount of imperishable substance appeared in Fang Ping's hands, tossing it in all directions, roaring, using destructive force to fight. How troublesome! Don't be frugal. Ha ha ha, then I won't stand on ceremony. Chen Yaozu burst out laughing suddenly. The golden light on his body was so intense that it could not be any more intense. He caught the imperishable mass of matter that Fang Ping had thrown at him. Actually, Fang Ping had given it to him before, but he could not bear to use it. At this moment, Fang Ping once again took out a large amount of imperishable substance. Chen Yaozu no longer hesitated. "I've done a good deed. The more I live, the more I'm regressing." A person who was a few hundred years old couldn't even compare to these little fellows. Shao Qi had already killed a monster. "I haven't reached the pinnacle for hundreds of years. What I lack is hot-bloodedness. Perhaps time has really made me lose my way." In the new martial era, many martial artists had stepped into the pinnacle or were about to step into the pinnacle. But in the hundreds of years of the Zhenxing era, other than the 13 old ancestors and Li Zhen who reached the pinnacle of the new martial era, everyone else was still a 9th stage, rank 9. How many years has it been since he stepped into the origin Tao? More than 150 years. 150 years ago, he had stepped onto the origin Tao. 150 years later, he had walked 700 meters on the origin Tao, which was comparable to Wu Quishan and Wu Chuan. Perhaps he was slightly higher, but there was a limit to how high he could go. After more than 150 years, many people had already lived through 2 lifetimes. Father, if the Li clan can produce a second absolute pinnacle, then the Chun clan can too. For Yaozu to be able to get to know these elites of the neo-martial era, perhaps it's the cycle of karma. My son's dead end is in the neo-martial era. Chun Gaiyang and the Shin family's old ancestor started the new martial era, but they did not receive much help. On the contrary, it allowed Zhang Tao, Li Jun, and the others to explode with glory in the neo-martial era. The Chun family patriarch's battle prowess wasn't considered strong, and he was considered weak among those at the pinnacle. In fact, he was still very envious of the Li family, Jiang family, and other families. Not only were they powerful themselves, but their descendants were also extremely powerful. Most of the Battle King's descendants were dead. Otherwise, there might really be hope for the second generation to reach the apex. But now, there weren't many descendants of the Battle King, but that crazy guy Jiang, Hao might still have a chance. In fact, many people still thought highly of Jiang Hao. Let's fight to our heart's content. So what if he died? If one did not reach the pinnacle, once the battle began, they would still be ants. My father's battle prowess is on the weaker side, so he might be the first to fall. At this moment, Qin Yaozu's mind was filled with countless thoughts. In the next moment, a sharp aura erupted from his body. The old man, who was a few hundred years old, looked lethargic before, but at this moment, he was like a sharp sword that had been sharpened. Attack! The old man roared. In the void, an incomparably huge attack. Word appeared in the blink of an eye. Chun family's absolute art. Star-suppressing city's 13 families each had their own absolute arts, and they all condensed the word transform. Heavenly King subduing suppress, and heaven were both offensive das. The Yang family's kill formula and the Jiang family's destroy formula. The Chun family's attack formula, only attacking and not defending. Father, you haven't improved for many years. Maybe it's because you're at odds with the source Tao. You're the main attacker, but you've been defending Imperial Sea Mountain for hundreds of years. How can you truly comprehend the great Tao? Battle King is the main attacker. For many years, he has provoked the true monarchs from time to time. There are constant battles, and the more he fights, the stronger he becomes. Sword King is the main attacker, and he is also constantly sharpening his sword in battle. Li Jun is the main attacker, and the military is the main attacker. Nanyan Yu is the main attacker. Countless thoughts filled Qin Yaozu's mind. Qin family, attack. Father's Tao might be wrong. I've also been wrong for hundreds of years. I shouldn't have followed Father's Tao. I should have walked my own Tao. The moment the attack word appeared, killing intent shook the sky. At this moment, the attack formula was even more murderous than the Yang family's kill formula. Die. No. Qin Yaozu's opponents were a demon and a human, both weak rank 9s. At this moment, both of them were facing the equally crazy Qin Yaozu. They instantly felt an immense crisis of death. Li Chongqing felt that among everyone present, the only one whose offensive power was stronger than his was Qin Yaozu. Even Wu could not compare. In reality, Qin Yaozu was the strongest among the 11. Wu Quishan could kill a weak rank 9s when facing an origin Dao, let alone Qin Yaozu. In the bounded domain, he had also killed many rank 9s, including King Feng's 2 origin Dao sons, both of whom were killed by him. Feng Jiuqing was one of them. However, he was used to others taking the initiative to attack, and he would defend and counterattack. This was the first time he took the initiative to attack. Rumble, in the void, a giant dragon appeared. It was the manifestation of the origin Dao. The giant dragon suddenly appeared under Qin Yaozu's feet. At first, it seemed to be only tens of meters long. However, at this moment, Chen Yaozu went all out, not concealing anything. The giant dragon suddenly expanded. 100 meters, 200 meters, 800 meters. It covered the sky and the sun. At this moment, the giant dragon seemed to be growing continuously. No, a desperate roar was heard again. Chen Yaozu actually broke through in the midst of battle. His origin Dao had taken another step forward. Rumble. Similarly, Chen Yaozu used a sword. The giant dragon circled, merging into the long sword in the blink of an eye. With a sweep of the sword, the void exploded. A huge crack appeared, sweeping across the two rank nines. One human and one demon, without saying a word, fled for their lives. In the past, Zhang Tao's clone killed two weak rank nines with one punch. In reality, the clone's combat power was far from the current Chen Yaozu. Chen Yaozu was used to defending, always taking hits passively. At this time, he took the initiative to attack. His origin Dao broke through again, increasing his combat power even more. The sword tore through space. The sword gleam and the attack word merged, exploding with a shocking, murderous aura, charging toward the two rank nines. Although the giant dragon under his feet did not possess offensive power, it seemed to have a special effect. Fang Ping had seen it once before. Chen Yaozu could directly appear from one end of the giant dragon to the other. This time was no exception. The 800-meter-long giant dragon circled between heaven and earth. The two rank nines had just turned to flee. Before the attack from behind arrived, Chen Yaozu suddenly appeared in the direction of their escape. The sword struck again, a pincer attack. His speed was so fast that it could not be any faster. Green Wolf King. Two rank nines. The city lord roared, unable to conceal the fear in his eyes. This was not what the true king had expected. The longevity sword was very strong. The snake king was very strong. The southern guardian was very strong. Fang Ping was also very strong. However, no one had ever said that Chen Yaozu was very strong. He did not even know this fellow. However, this fellow was actually the strongest among all of them. He was even stronger than the longevity sword. He was only a weak rank, 9. If he had known that the other party was so strong, he would not have faced him. Definitely not. Previously, the other party was gentle and slow. He thought that he could handle him. However, at this moment he regretted it. It was too late. The two void cracks in front and behind covered them directly. There was no way to escape. Green Wolf King, you lied to me. The city lord was extremely indignant. The true King Hall had lied to them. Initially, they had agreed that there would be no mistakes this time. How did this happen? They were all dead. They were all dead. Before the reinforcements arrived, the Green Wolf King actually asked them to fight to the death, to entangle the other party, and not let the other party retreat. Now, the reinforcements could only wait for death. Ha ha! All of you shall die together. The person's body was sliced and disappeared in an instant. However, his mentality was screaming shrilly. Beside him, half of the huge monster's body disappeared in the blink of an eye. It also roared in fear, wanting to escape, but it welcomed Chen Yaozu's third slash. Die! Bang! An explosion was heard. Half of the monster's body was directly blown up. The space crack from the explosion was even bigger. Beside him, the city lord who was left with only his mentality was affected and instantly destroyed. 3 slashes, 2 weak rank 9s were killed. The Chen family's Chen Yaozu. Chen Yaozu? At this moment, many people were shocked. At Imperial Sea Mountain, Battle King seemed to have seen something. He was extremely shocked. Old Devil Chen was a coward. His son had always been a coward. When he fought Junior Battle King, he thought that this kid had the life of a good guy. In the end, the other party actually exploded at a few hundred years old. Battle King was about to go crazy. What was up with this kid? He was already a few hundred years old. Why did he suddenly change his personality? F***ck me. Don't tell me this kid can become a paragon. Battle King was shocked. Not far away, the Green Wolf King's expression was so gloomy that it could drip water. He suddenly shouted, "You guys go and gather the 2 big Demon Clan Forbidden Lands Monster Kings. Go together." At this time, the Green Wolf King was worried. The 10 divine generals who went later still needed some time to get here. He also did not expect that these MCMAU rank 9s would be so powerful. They killed 8 in an instant. This was only the beginning of the battle. 8 of them had died, and 2 had escaped. "Gophers, how dare you? Quickly go and gather the god generals. If you dare to run again, I will kill you today." The Green Wolf King was also furious. 2 god generals actually ran away. This made him extremely angry. Otherwise, they would not have been so fast. Now it was over. The remaining 8 god generals at the passageway entrance would die if they did not leave, although the Green Wolf King wanted them to hold on for a while longer. He knew that there was no hope now. They could not stop them now. If the MCMAU people wanted to run, they could not stop them. They could only bet that they would not run. "Monster Sunflower, all of you retreat. Quickly go and gather the others." The Green Wolf King still made a decision. Let the remaining god generals retreat. If they did not retreat, they would all die in vain. Retreat? The monster Sunflower City Lord's face was full of despair. How could they retreat? Chen Yaozu killed 2 rank 9s with 1 slash. Fang Ping and Li Chuan killed 3 monster plants in the blink of an eye. Qin Shi killed his opponent. Guo Shinchuan's opponent escaped. Wu Quishan was currently suppressing the weak rank 9 city lord. After a while, he might also kill the other party. At this moment, Fang Ping, Li Changsheng, Qin Yaozu, and Qin Shi were all free, 11 people against 8. It was reversed. Fang Ping was already charging toward Wu Quishan. After dealing with the weak rank 9, the powerhouse Wu Quishan would be free. When that time came, if they came and met up with Wu Chuan, he would have no way out. The true kings have underestimated them. The monster Sunflower City Lord had a thought. Then he roared loudly, "Sir, enter and save us." As soon as he said that, a few other powerhouses also yelled loudly, "Sir, please have mercy. Sir, save our lives." They could not hold on any longer. 18 of them were no match for 11 powerhouses, not to mention 8 of them now. It was hard for them to escape. Just as Wu Quishan's opponent was about to run, Fang Ping's mentality self-detonated. The weak rank 9 was stunned for a moment. During this moment, Wu Quishan chopped off the other party's head with 1 slash. Even his mentality was destroyed. He could not run. 7 spots. Only 7 left. 4 demonic beasts and 3 city lords. 7 monsters. 2 of them were origins. 1 had escaped, and the other was being killed by Guo Shengquan and Guan Fu. Qin Shi and Qin Yaozu had killed 2 monsters each. Now, there were only 7 of them left. The monster Sunflower City Lord was fighting against Wu Chuan, while Guan Fu and Guo Shengquan were fighting against an elemental Dao demonic beast. As for the remaining 5, Tian Mu, Wang Qinghai, and Mei Lingfeng were fighting against each other. Among them, Mei Lingfeng was an elemental Dao expert, and the others all had divine weapons in their hands. 5 weak rank 9s could not break out of the encirclement for a while. Li Changsheng, Wu Quishan, Fang Ping, Qin Yaozu, and Qin Shi, these 5 top-notch powerhouses had actually met up. There were no more opponents. It was too fast. Everything was developing too fast. It was unbelievably fast. The monster Sunflower City Lord was running. Wu Chuan, on the other hand, was furious. He roared, "You guys help the others. He's mine." He, the guardian of the South, the powerhouse who was known as the second most powerful person under the Paragon, actually did not succeed. Wu Quishan and the others actually rushed over to his side. What was the meaning of this? Tian Mu and the other two were attacking 5 people. Instead of helping, they came to his side. "Don't come. If I don't kill the monster Sunflower City Lord today, I won't have the face to call myself a top-notch rank 9 in the future. MN Beast, why aren't you being killed by me yet?" Wu Chuan roared. The monster Sunflower City Lord was so angry that he almost vomited blood. Did he really have to be killed by you? However, the Wu Chuan at this moment was really furious. He had a title that he never used, Emerald Light Sword. When he really went berserk, the sword would emit emerald light. However, this had not happened to Wu Chuan for a long time. He could already control this situation and this anomaly. At this moment, Wu Chuan no longer had the intention to control it. In the blink of an eye, the space between him and the monster Sunflower City Lord was covered by green light. He wanted to kill this guy. Not far away, Fang Ping roared sternly, "Kill them! Go and kill their reinforcements. Today, I'll make sure that there are no rank 9s in Magic City Catacombs. Breaking a broken pot. My golden house has already self-destructed anyway. What else is there to care about? In this battle, I'll kill all the rank 9s. I want to see how many rank 9s there are in the catacombs." The true king's attack was inevitable. This time, since everything was ready, then let's kill. As for the true king, I'll leave it to old Zhang and the rest. Old man Li did not care about Wu Chuan at all. He shouted, "Fang Ping, continue to self-destruct. Tian Mu, all of you hide." This was even more satisfying to kill. Previously, he trapped one, then killed it, then trapped it again, then killed it again. How troublesome! The other party could still fight back. It was much better now. After Fang Ping self-destructed a few times, he could blow people silly. Fang Ping, on the other hand, gritted his teeth and glared at him. "Don't snatch my meat." He could have killed that flower previously. This old man insisted on snatching his prey, so he killed it. Based on the current battle results, Old Man Li had killed 2 rank 9 monster plants and 1 weak rank 9. Fang Ping had only killed 1 rank 9 monster plant alone. His battle results were far from his. Rotten old man who stole credit. If you steal it again, I'll blow you up next time. Detonate again. Fang Ping withstood the power of self-destruction and charged toward Tian Mu and the rest in an instant. At this moment, these 5 catacombs, rank 9s, did not hesitate at all. They completely ignored Tian Mu and the rest's attacks, turning tail and running. One of the monsters and a rank 9 city lord ran directly toward the Forbidden Sea. Running to the Forbidden Sea and waiting for death was better than dying here. They might not die if they went, but they would definitely die if they did not. As for the other 3, they were not so lucky. 8 powerhouses joined forces to attack. Chun Yaozu, Wu Quishan, and Li Changsheng all had the ability to kill them instantly. 2 of them ran away. The remaining 3 had no chance to run. Kill. These 3, 2 city lords and 1 monster, were also incomparably crazy. They did not care about Fang Ping and the rest anymore. Instead, they endured the pain of mentality explosion and charged toward Wang Qinghai. This guy was the weakest. Even if they died, they would bring him along. Wang Qinghai's face turned green. Was it easy to bully the weak? 3 rank 9s were at death's door, and they actually wanted to drag him along. Wang Qinghai was about to fight when Chen Yaozu suddenly shouted, "Retreat!" Wang Qinghai retreated subconsciously. As soon as he retreated, the monster's personality was also extremely fierce. The moment it approached him, it self-destructed directly. Boom! An earth-shattering roar sounded again. Wang Qinghai flew a long distance backward. His golden body broke instantly, his face full of grief and indignation. "Bully! Mother asterisk cur. I'm a little weak, but there are so many people surrounding you. Don't catch me," and self-destruct. Fortunately, Fang Ping gave him a lot of imperishable substances. His golden body began to recover rapidly. Once this monster died, it was 8 against 2. No, 7 against 2. Wang Qinghai did not have time to recover from his injuries and rushed to help. Among the 7 powerhouses, Fang Ping took the lead. He did not care whether his head would explode or not. Once again, he exploded his mentality twice in a row. The power of the mentality self-explosion made the 2 weak rank 9s dizzy. As for Fang Ping, a golden glow shot out from his mouth. Blood arrow technique. The golden glow penetrated one of the people's skull directly. Then, another golden glow shot out violently, piercing the other party's heart. Just as he was about to attack the other person, Tian Mu suddenly roared, "You should give me one." Having said that, he blasted out a punch. The other party's head exploded directly. Tian Mu then heaved a sigh of relief. They were almost done. "At least give me one, or else it would be really embarrassing this time." Wang Qinghai did not have a head in hand. This guy was the worst. He did not want to team up with him. 4 escaped, and 12 were killed. Fang Ping knew the remaining monster Sunflower City's lord and the origin Dao monster. It was the Phoenix monster from West Phoenix City. At this moment, the Phoenix monster screeched sharply. It was over. It was finished. It was being suppressed by Guo Shengquan and Guan Fu. It could not escape for a while. At this moment, the Phoenix suddenly used mentality to send a voice transmission. Spare me, surrender." The Phoenix monster wanted to surrender. It did not want to die. "I have never killed a martial artist who resurrected, have never killed." The Phoenix's voice was actually a female voice. At this time, it hurriedly begged for mercy. The reinforcements had not arrived yet. The people were almost all killed. That group of trash could not help it at all. Instead, they were holding it back. Fang Ping could not be bothered with it. He said quickly, "Vice Chancellor, you guys go after the 2 fellows who escaped to the Forbidden Sea." For escaped. The gopher and the city lord ran to the back of the catacombs. There were many god generals there. It was difficult to kill them. However, the 2 at the back ran in the direction of the Forbidden Sea. The other party might not dare to enter the Forbidden Sea. They could still be chased in the periphery. Even if they could not be killed, they must be forced to enter the Forbidden Sea. Without another word, Wu Quishan led Chen 7 and chased in that direction quickly. Seeing that, Chen Yaozu also did not say a word. He led Mei Lingfeng in the direction of the Guan and Fu Duo. The outcome was determined. At least the outcome here was determined. 18 rank 9s. 12 were killed in the blink of an eye. Everyone's injuries were not serious. They could fight with all their strength. And the turning point of all this was when Yu Fangping gave up on the Golden House. He stopped trapping the enemy and self-destructed to kill the enemy. This guy was terrifying. Wu Quishan and the others' outburst was also an important point. These few top rank 9s were also provoked. Li Changsheng laughed loudly. "Senior, you can't do it. Today, we brothers will avenge Old Huang." Among the 3 of them, Old Huang died in battle. Today, we will take revenge. Although Wu Chuan was sullen, It was indeed difficult for him to take down the monster Sunflower City's city lord. He shouted immediately, "Come!" Boom! He had just finished speaking when he suddenly staggered. The monster Sunflower City's city lord's face was deathly pale. He directly self-destructed most of his mentality. Without another word, he pushed Wu Chuan back, turned around, and ran. Even if his mentality was seriously injured this time, it was still better than death. He had been waiting for an opportunity. When Wu Chuan let his guard down for a moment, just now, he finally seized the opportunity. Damn it! Wu Chuan was furious. He had really embarrassed himself this time. The other's opponents were all killed. He, a top rank 9, was fighting one person, and the opponent actually ran away. "Senior, don't chase!" Fang Ping suddenly roared, stopping Wu Chuan. There were still strong enemies behind, and there were many of them. Now everyone needed to adjust slightly. They could not let Wu Chuan chase after them. At least they had to wait for old Wu and the rest to return. "Spare me!" The phoenix monster let out a shrill scream. It could not take it anymore. It was the only one left. If it was not spared, it would definitely die, and it would be in an instant. No one knew what it was thinking. The phoenix monster suddenly roared telepathically, "Demon race, Phoenix Sparrow, same race. I lured Ji Yao here and ambushed her." This phoenix, at this time, did not care so much. "Spare me, I'll lure the Phoenix Sparrow, and Ji Yao here for you to kill. Don't kill me." It was the same race as the Phoenix Sparrow. However, the true Phoenix King of the demon race was the Phoenix Sparrow's direct blood relative. It was not. Although it was the same race as the Phoenix Sparrow, their relationship was still a little distant. But no matter what, everyone was the same race. It was confident that it could lure the Phoenix Sparrow and the rest here. If Fang Ping and the rest wanted to kill Ji Yao and the Phoenix Sparrow, then they could let it go. Fang Ping was stunned for a moment. This fellow was the same race as the Phoenix Sparrow. Moreover, the demon race would rather die than surrender. Why was this fellow so afraid of death? Fang Ping frowned slightly. After thinking for a while, he suddenly said, "Chop off its wings, cripple its golden body, leave it with one last breath." "No, cut the crap. If you don't want to die, then do it. Keep one last breath. If it's valuable, I'll save you. If it's not, then die. Choose now, I'll only count to 3. 3. Agree." The Phoenix monster seemed to have known that he was going to count to 3. Without another word, it directly broke both its wings. In the blink of an eye, its aura dropped a lot. Either way, it was going to die. Right now, it could only seek survival in the face of death. Fang Ping sneered. Wu Quishan and the rest were even more straightforward. They punched and kicked. In the blink of an eye, the other party's golden body exploded, leaving only a broken golden body and a weak mentality. Although it was not dead, at this time, the Phoenix monster no longer had any combat strength. It was very similar to Wu Quishan, and the rest almost dying. 5 minutes. Fang Ping blurted out suddenly. Everyone looked at each other. Then a burst of earth-shattering laughter was heard. In 5 minutes, 12 rank 9s were killed, 5 escaped, and 1 was captured alive. Almost half of the 18 rank 9s were killed by them. They were completely defeated. Only Wang Qinghai was affected by the self-explosion, and his injuries were not light. Chen 7 lost his rank, 9 divine weapon. Fang Ping felt a little anxious. The 7th grand aunt of the Chen family was very hot-tempered. If he waited for a while, he would not have to waste the rank 9 divine weapon. He did not know if someone reminded him that Fang Ping would pay for the self-explosion of the divine weapon. Sigh. Fang Ping sighed helplessly. He glanced at the phoenix. It was the only one that was captured alive. Perhaps it was Chun Vii's new divine weapon. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.